Look, Clarence, mate, it doesn't matter how many times we get beat down. What matters is that we get the fuck up and we keep fucking trying. You're right, Donny. Now, who the fuck are you, mate? I'm Clarence Claymore. Who the fuck are you, mate? I'm Clarence Claymore. Say it with your fucking chest. I'm Clarence Claymore. Show me what you got, mate. Take that. Fucking touch me, cunt. Fuck, mate. We got a lot of work to do.
Now fucking come over here where it's safe. That's it, mate. Come on. I knew that was gonna happen. Clarence, mate, you alright?
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
Fuck, get out of there.
Fucking hell. Poor cunt.
Oh yeah, Clarence, mate, yeah, should be alright now.
Yeah, mate.
Jesus. Just hold on. Oh, no. Fucking early. Fucking that scene of War of the Worlds? Have you seen War of the Worlds?
Yeah.
The lightning's just fucking constantly coming down and fucking hitting. The fucking tripods come out and they fucking start killing
You're missing
everyone.
a once-in-a-lifetime sighting here. Major live in concert.
Eh?
You're missing the whole thing, cunt.
You seen the original War of the Worlds?
Yes, Steve.
Clarence, I'm fucking sorry, mate. What we can do? Holy shit! Oh god! Oh. Just hang in there, mate.
It looks like he's still breathing. He's still breathing.
Now do the $20 hit, mate.
That was all my money.
Stop yelling at me.
Daddy's got the fucking sugar now. Wait, listen, mate. You want to bump this? It's 92%. Yeah, fucking oath. Here you go, mate. Cheers, no.
Check out these fucking cokeheads. Absolute filthy, no good fucking drug addicts, mate.
Is that mate?
Yeah, mate.
Fuck ISIS! Fuck terrorists! Fuck turbans! Fuck everybody! I hate all you motherfuckers! We're fucking Americans! That means nobody fucking stops us! We want our dick sucked, we get our dick sucked! That's what an American does! Ask the fucking pilgrims! Fuck 9/11! Fuck 9/11! It'll never happen again! We're America! You don't ever have to be afraid again! Fuck Obama! Fuck them all! We're Americans, you son of a bitch! Grab your guns! Go shoot somebody!
In the Garden of Eden, Trenbolone was what God told Adam not to fucking partake of. He said, you can have anything else in this garden, anything. But if you eat that fruit over there, it's going to cause your fall. It's going to make you realize all the things about yourself that I don't want you to know. Coincidentally, Trenbolone was originally prescribed to women. See, that's a little parable, isn't it? So who was the person in the Garden of Eden who got the Trenbolone first? Eve. Just like they originally prescribed it to women, Eve got the Trenbolone in the Garden of Eden first, and she was like, boom, holy fuck, this shit is good. I feel like a savage. I don't need these skin coverings. I'm gonna let this pussy out. In fact, I'm gonna take this pussy to Adam and let him knock the dust off of it. So she goes to Adam and says, dude, you gotta get this in you. Partake of this fruit, it is very good to eat. And he did, and then they fucked like jackrabbits. And God was very unhappy about it because Trenbolone makes you a god. That's what it does. It's the God hormone, which is why God didn't want us to have it.
Hey Jackson, you want to come to the beach?
Yeah, but you've got to drive though.
Why can't you drive? I drove last time.
I sold my car.
Why did you sell your car?
I needed some cash for Bitcoin. I thought it was in a dip.
You sold your car.
Don't even worry, Lachlan. I'll be able to buy a brand new BMW with the gains I'm gonna make. Don't even fret.
I'm gonna fret. That's the last thing you had. You don't have anything left.
Stop fretting. I've got plenty of money. It's just all in crypto. I'm investing.
That's not investing. What if it falls?
It's the future, Lachlan. Why are you all up in my ass about it?
I'm up your ass because I have to buy you lunch every time we go out because you have no money.
My money is in a blockchain. It's all secure there.
You can't spend it. It's not currency.
It's digital currency.
Well then buy me a Subway.
I can't.
Why not?
They don't take Bitcoin, and also I don't want to spend it anyway.
You can't literally invest all the money you have. You have to keep some of it to be money.
But it's going to grow, Lachlan. You don't understand.
And what's the point of growing it if you're too scared to ever take it out?
Because I'm rich.
You're literally going to die a millionaire with no actual possessions.
I'd rather that than die poor.
I'd rather die poor and have spent all my money on life stuff than die technically rich, but all my money is in fucking Shiba Inu.
And NFTs.
Oh, for fuck's sake, do not get me started.
My NFT is gonna blow, you just wait.
You spent 30 grand on it.
It's a waiting game.
It's a bubble.
You're a bubble.
What?
You're a fucking bubble, mate.
How am I a bubble?
You're worth it.
Damn, Ron, come on! What's the matter with you? There is no tomorrow! There is no tomorrow!
Broski, the market is so red, I thought my MacBook was bleeding.
This is the end, cuz. Yesterday I was a millionaire, today I'm a slumdog.
This is not a dip, this is a black hole.
I'm selling everything, I'm down.
They have no idea. This is not a black hole, this is the beginning of a big bang.
Why is Broski not panicking with us?
Yeah, why is he so unfazed?
Check your wallet, cuz. The crypto is down 85%.
Allow him, Broski, he's still in denial.
Is it down by 85%? Or is it 85% off? Oh shit. Nah, gang, not the hustler mindset.
Not the hustler mindset.
Bro said it's not a
you
crash,
can't
it's a
change the
discount.
circumstances, but you can change your mentality.
Remember, brothers, the market sends his toughest battles to his most financially literate soldiers. When the Nasdaq falls, will you give up? Or remember that no amount of setbacks defeat a qualified mind? You see a dip and start to sell, but I remember that sudden emotions lack logic. Down isn't permanent. So I invest more into the S&P because I was born to struggle and persist.
Nah, man, them. How does he do
This guy
it?
knows something. Broski, was you in the board meeting with Donald Trump?
So tell me, brothers, when the crops go dry, will you sell your land or sow more seeds, knowing that the harvest will always return?
He's really got that hustler mindset. Bro's got that JP Morgan mentality.
That's that quarter-zip discipline, cuz. Yeah, gang. Yeah, a few individuals that make it out, cuz. This guy's one of them.
I recently came to the realization that I don't actually need therapy. I just need a bad bitch. I just need a bad bitch. And the only way to get a bad bitch is with slightly bigger muscles and more money. That's what's been stopping me. The key to happiness this whole time has been vanity and materialism. I've been worrying about things like intimacy, finding like-minded individuals, and meaningful work, when really, I just needed to start taking steroids and doing summer sales. Because that's what other people look for and desire in a partner, is money and slightly bigger muscles.
I know a motherfucker who was so ass at trading that this nigga became good at trading from literally doing the opposite of what the fuck he was gonna do, gang. That's how shitty that nigga was at trading. That every decision that nigga made, the stock literally did the opposite every single time. And so what this nigga started to do was literally, instead of him going with his first thought, he would do the opposite of what his first thought was, and that nigga would hit every time, gang. That's how that nigga became profitable, bro. I swear to God, bro. Think about it, gang. So that nigga literally became profitable from sucking ass at trading. Bro, I swear to God, bro, I'm not trolling, gang. I'm dead ass, bro. That nigga just had the worst luck in the market, bro. So what he started to do was, if his first thought was calls, that nigga would play a put and hit on that bitch, bro. That nigga ran it up off that shit, bro. I swear to God, to this day. To this day, bro, that nigga is a beast at trading from sucking ass, bro. Hey!
Asset. Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay, what's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? Right? There's no second best. Okay. But take all your money, buy Bitcoin. Then take all your time, figure out how to borrow more money to buy more Bitcoin. Then take all your time and figure out what you can sell to buy Bitcoin. And if you absolutely love the thing that you don't want to sell it, go mortgage your house and buy Bitcoin with it. And if you've got a business that you love because your family works for the business, it's in your family for 37 years, and you can't bear to sell it, mortgage it, finance it, and convert the proceeds into the hardest money on earth.
What is going on, you guys? Welcome to Moongang 197, 2025. Getting close, man. It's end of year 2025, end of year wrap up. We're here, man. We almost made it, you guys. We're so close out of this godforsaken year.
What was supposed to be the best year, of the bunch turned out to be the most. I guess cock tease year.
Yeah. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, but it was like a lame duck.
Yeah, I mean, it was good for Bitcoin, but Ethereum not getting to a new all-time high pretty much made I would say other parts of crypto, mainly altcoins, very sporadic and very short term, and everybody is waking up for a 2x this cycle.
No, definitely. I mean, we started up. I think what was the beginning of the year? Was it $92,000 at the beginning of the year?
Yeah, I think I looked at it before, and we were down like 6% on the year. Now, where let's see, I can go to the historical returns here on the monthly, and right now, or on the, I guess I could go on the yearly too, right? In terms of, dude, this is crazy. It's I mean, it's literally the first time we've had a fully red Q4 October, November, and December since 2018.
Sheesh.
Interesting, but yeah, I'd have to look at the chart for on the year where we began, but I think probably can find it pretty quickly. We were very beginning of this year, first day of January. We were a high of 96 and a low of 92. So we're just right now we're at 89,900. So we're just a couple percent down from the start of the year. I'm kind of hoping, like, because I think we have to get above 92,000 to get a green year. The one stat you look at and I looked at this on my show during the last stream that I did, I think was on Christmas Eve. There's only been one red candle in a row on Bitcoin. There's never been two in a row, right? So if we do close red under 92,000 in 3 days, then by default, next 2026 has to end green. I mean, that's not the best logic, but if it did end red, and then we did end 26 red as well, because we ended up finding a bottom in Q4 of 26 based on the 4-year cycle. If that were to happen, then that'd be the first time we technically get 2 red candles in a row on Bitcoin. So uncharted waters here going into 26. I would say a little bit, but also at the same time, it's a little bit rinse and repeat. But
so right now we got some action going on in the silver market. It's so funny, like we're talking about gold and silver. I actually, the only reason I even started talking about it is because I did a stream with B Roots. He was talking a lot about gold and silver, so it's his stream. So yeah, for sure, let's talk about it.
My dad's been talking a lot about it too.
Oh, I bet. So this is what happens. Like I left this on my desk by accident. Right. This is a 1 ounce troy ounce of silver here, right?
Yep.
It oxidized on the top part and stuff like. So this is what happens when you leave silver just open air at it will oxidize. So yeah, the pulse chain side is all rotted out.
Does it turn into a hex coin? No.
Well, I mean, the hex side looks pretty. It's really pretty and pristine. It's the pulse chain side looking all scraggly and missing bits. I mean, for real. Like, look at the paint chipped off on one side. I think I was using it. I think we were doing like a drunk stream. I was using it to flip coins or something. I remember at one point.
Nice.
But
yeah. Whenever I've been in Minnesota, my thing has been to always open one or two beers on during the stream. But for whatever reason, when you drink one beer on the stream, people are like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't know this is a drinking stream. He's getting drunk." I'm like, "Bro, I'm literally drinking like 2 beers in 2 hours. What's that gonna do?"
I was getting blasted.
But
this is not stop.
This is a hazy Indian pale ale called a Hui, allegedly. But it's from this company in Big Lake, Minnesota, which is called Lupulin Brewing. Never heard of them, but
what a great name, Big Lake, Minnesota.
Yeah, and a little, it's complicated out here. Well, it's getting complicated if you look at the politics, but
bro, I was gonna stay off of the topic, but my God,
well,
you can't even escape it.
Oh no, I know. Like when it'll probably have to be after New Year's itself, because I'll be away during New Year's itself. But right after New Year's, one of my first streams, I'm gonna probably take either somewhere between 15 to 30 minutes, probably, and discuss that. Just because it is, if you look at the statistics of it, it is very, very interesting, and I think it affects probably at least 5 to 10 other states.
Yeah.
So very interesting.
Back to crypto for 1 second, man. This guy's like, I don't understand why you guys just admit you don't know shit about crypto. Brother, your name is like Hexy Trucker, bro. I wouldn't be talking about charts right now, especially in the pulse chain ecosystem right now.
I mean, look at Ethereum, right? Just as an example. And if you look at expectations on Ethereum this cycle versus what Ethereum did this cycle, and then you also look at how Ethereum changed its fundamentals this cycle and how that positively affected, negatively affected it, all those things, I would say the biggest thing missing this cycle was obviously so far liquidity, right? And then B, after liquidity, is
Right.
specifically liquidity from retail traders, because one of the things that is true about the charts and how price action works is you can get a whale coming in and splashing like Wall Street and all these
Yeah.
people in different ecosystems, but the price will not continue that trend unless you have minnows on each end of the price, buying the price up continuously. So it's like, for example, you get a whale coming in, splash, they'll come up and then it'll come right back down unless you get these smaller buyers coming in. And if they come in, then the price continues to go up and continues to do pretty well. But if those guys are not here, it's going to be a lot harder to get that rampant speculation. So I would say this cycle macro has it technically, if you look at Bitcoin based on the 4-year cycle, it has not changed the 4-year cycle, but it did drag Bitcoin more slowly, which then caused Ethereum essentially to not break out into an alt run. So we got bare minimum expectations, and if this fucker wants to go back and watch the stream from 2023 June that's pinned on my channel, you can see I did, and Miguel is in the same boat as this too, because he did his own streams at that time. But in the summer of 23, we basically talked about worst case scenario for the bull market, mid case, and best case. And our worst case was Bitcoin hitting 115,000, and our best case was Bitcoin hitting about 225, and our mid case scenario is about 150. I would say 140 to 180, somewhere in there. Basically, which was probably what we thought the most likely scenario. That being said, I did think if Bitcoin crossed 100K, Ethereum would have crossed 5K, but because it had so many start, stop periods, kind of like mini bear markets within the bull run, then, that basically held Ethereum back bigly. But Ethereum did have its crazy run just after it dumped a crazy amount too, because that run from 1,400 earlier this year, all the way back up to 5,000. That was a crazy run, but it just, because Ethereum did not hit a new all-time high, like altcoins, had mini spurts in between there. So yeah, we just didn't have the over speculation that we're used to in each crypto cycle this cycle, and that's mainly macro driven.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And then on top of that, right, we made money. We definitely did make money during 2025. I will say a majority was it from basically buying Bitcoin, Ethereum low, Solana made a lot of money this cycle. This is why, we've been large proponents of this since I've been a proponent of this since the beginning of my channel, is not being a maxi. When I originally started YouTubing, I was, under the moniker Litecoin Moses. Eventually I went to dollar cost crypto. But I had, I wasn't only holding Litecoin at the time, right? I was a multi-coiner. Even when I held Hex, I held Ethereum and I held other coins. I was really big in GameFi at the time.
Blasphemy.
I know, blasphemy. And I got shit on for it by the founder of Hex for it and stuff. And so I was like, God damn, hey, Richard, dog, I'm in your team, homie. What the fuck wrong with you? He's like, oh, my bad. I thought you were enemy. It's just, I'm always seeing red. I think that's literally what he said. He's like, I'm always seeing red or some shit. Because he was getting attacked a lot, but oh, actually, I don't have the red goggles. Wow.
Yeah, that would be an interesting stream to go back and watch a little bit.
Yeah, but it was pretty funny though. But this is why we're always been proponents of obviously with the two blue chips we've always recommended is Bitcoin and Ethereum always. But people choose to basically either lower it down to 30% or to nothing and be all altcoins. And the thing about it being all altcoins is the returns are massive if it goes that direction. If it doesn't, you take massive losses as well, because Bitcoin and Ethereum are basically the anchor. Even people who were owning Ethereum, it wasn't as exciting for them, but they still made money, a good amount of money, right? Bitcoin almost did an 8x, almost. I think it's just slightly above an 8x. If we look at 15,500 to, to 126, basically, it's pretty good. But not compared to last cycle, which it did a 20x, basically, from 3,100, 3,300 to 69,000. So, I even in my most bearish scenario, I think I had maybe Bitcoin at 138. Still, I think it's still possible to hit 138. It's not completely out of the realm of possibility because, it would make sense in chart wise. Oh, yeah, we doubled the last top from 21. Makes sense, basically. But, memes have just been a big part of the cycle. I mean, memes are big of every, no matter what. And there's one for sure thing. There's always going to be a meme coin run.
Yeah.
Right. There's always going to be a meme coin run. And we had a big like one of the big, now this is more of a, I guess, 24 sort of.
Yeah. Late 24.
Yeah. We had the creation of Pump.Fund, which was like, I would call it like a printing press moment. I like calling them 0 to 1. I've said this a lot in the courses. We had 0 to 1 moments. We had the creation of stablecoins. This was a 0 to 1 moment. We had the creation of DEXs like Uniswap. That was a 0 to 1 moment. I almost called GMX 0 to 1, but it just wasn't particularly correct at the time. It didn't do, like, it was too niche at the time. And now, like, I would call like these derivative exchanges, I don't really like people using them very often. Even though Hyperliquid works really well, so does Aster, the disaster. But I'm much more on the Hyperliquid team than I am on the Aster side, but if I'm being completely honest. But you know, the price performance of something like GMX was a big like tall tale that like it was very heavily manipulated and it didn't do much. And then that's kind of what kind of killed it off was the token performance didn't keep up or didn't do well for all the volume and all the fees that it was generating. And then eventually this led to the token collapsing down and not really doing anything. And then basically interest fell off completely because I mean, you have all this interest and you have all this thing, but if you're not enriching your token, I think this is a big thing that's been talked about in this last fourth quarter, especially around the Aave founder. The Aave founder broke religion, sacrosanct shit. Is he basically broke the deal, which was, you know, this is supposed to be a DAO, and everybody's, you know, you vote with your coin, right? If there's 20 coins and I have one coin, my coin matters, my vote matters. Everyone can vote against me, but at least I have my vote. And basically what he did is he took all the revenue that was supposed to be generated from the deal. The deal, I guess, was a partnership or almost a fusion partnership between CowSwap. As there's a lot of people have these DEX aggregators. So I guess basically there's Matcha, there's CowSwap, and a couple other ones. I think like was it 9inch? No, not 9inch. It was I forgot the name of it, but there's this other aggregator out here as well. And basically Aave's did a deal and kind of merged a little bit with CowSwap. And there's like, you know, $10 million of revenue that's supposed to go to the DAO, and the DAO is supposed to vote which ways it go. Does it just keep it in storage, or do we give it back as yield to the token holders? And basically there's a separate Aave company, and he basically said all that revenue goes to us because we own the IP of Aave, we own the logo of Aave, we own the front end of Aave. So fuck the token holders.
Yeah, it sounds kind of like a Arbitrum move a little bit.
Right. And I'm telling you know, and the fucked up shit about everything of this time, because who cares about Arbitrum and who cares about layer 2s for the most part, right?
Well, yeah, but I just meant in terms of how they kind of ignore the
No, I'm getting to that point. Like so like in the grand scheme of things, an L2 is not that important, right? The reason that it's so important with Aave is Aave was a 0 to 1, being able to borrow and lend on your. I mean, even though like it's the essential like startup kit, like. If you have an L1, have an L1 token. You know, you need a gas token. You need a place. You need a DEX. You need a leverage place to do some leverage. You need an NFT platform. Not so much anymore, but yeah, a place to do some commerce there. And you need a place to borrow and lend. It's very, 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 very important for the whales, at least, right? You need liquidity pools, right? A lot of L1s and L2s have replaced that a little bit with like maybe smaller, like kind of like second rate or like third rate borrowing and lending, like almost like Aave clones in a way, and are focusing more on kind of like a aerodrome, like shadow sort of like system to incentivize liquidity. But regardless of that, you need either you have a hybrid system or you have a direct like Aave sort of you go the Aave and like curve convex route. But you need some sort of incentive system to keep liquidity trapped there, incentivize the liquidity to stay there, so then you're able to transact millions and millions of dollars of price movements in between, so it doesn't wreck the chain. And then that creates a bunch of volume, and that creates a lot of revenue for the chain or the participants, which keep money. It basically keeps money there. It's very, very needed. And Aave doing this is very bad because they're the biggest pool. I mean, they literally have the biggest, you know, there hasn't really been any big disaster in terms of like money being stolen on Aave. Any small things have been figured out, have been on very like niche small pools, and they figured it out and closed it right away. And, you know, this looks really bad reputation wise, because it's, you know, something that we've called out very, I mean, I was calling this out as early as like 2020. With these, I said these DAOs are bullshit, and you know we said this during the beginning of the crypto mindset course. These DAOs are horseshit, because if At the end of the day, right? The thing is, people think the DAOs are like basically it's democracy. Sort of, it is. Your money, your ASIC, right? If you have one coin, you have one coin. But me as the founder, if I have the rest of the stack, you could vote no, I vote yes. It always goes yes. Yep. It only matters if I abstain. And that was kind of the thing. It's like, hey, you guys, I don't know which way to go. I want you guys to vote in. I'm staying out of this. Please vote which way it should go. That's something different there. Okay. Yeah. Like, so that's the hybrid approach that like the best DAOs are sort of doing was like, okay, I want my users to choose which way is the best. I'm staying out of it. I do control the majority of the supply. Like, because we created these systems in a time where we had no financial clarity at all. We are getting some of that clarity, though. I think the Clarity Act still. I don't think it's going to solve everything, but it's going to give us something, right? So it's framework, a little framework, right? But we created all these workarounds. Like we can't have ICOs anymore. Then we just have token launches, or there's no no IPO. There's ICOs, or like there's a sacrifice. There's no more like different workarounds and DAOs and everything like that. So we created all these workarounds, but the main thing is that if people believe a lot of these tokens are equity. And they're not legally, they are not. I mean, on a meme coin, no one's surprised. I mean, a meme coin, we all know, like it's a meme coin, right? But these utility tokens that actually do things and create and generate revenue, we at least is like, okay, if it's not equity, at least you take the money you generate and then try to increase the token price.
Yeah.
And they're breaking that rule too.
Mm-hmm.
Then what's the point of holding the token? And the big thing that I've been speculating is that they're probably trying to go public. And they need the revenue, and they're trying to do all these things. Just because right now between the first and second quarter, we're about to get Consensus going public. We're going to get Kraken going public. Mm-hmm. We're having Crypto.com going public. Gemini already went public actually, but like pretty under the radar actually. But it went public already, and we're about to get a slew of other companies going public right now. So
yeah, when it comes to like a token, what do you call it? Like a centralized exchange versus a token, right? I kind of view a centralized exchange more like a company and a token, even though they are, pretty much organizations, right? I kind of treat them more like, like a stock, I guess.
Yeah.
Like that's already out because, they are in the crypto terms. And if they're going to go into the Wall Street side, like the ETF is more, interesting there than, like if Aave says, hey, we're going to ICO too. I'm like, why? Like your token is going to get destroyed. People are going to go and buy the thing on, the stock market. Then it's going to be tokenized. You're just going to have so much confusion. Like that'd be crazy.
Right. And obviously this guy's been paying attention for a long time. I've said this for a long. Redistributing fees to token holders is kind of lame. The buy-in burden is much better. Yeah. The only part of this where it works is to LPers. You have to give extra yield to the person that's providing the liquidity. This is more, we're getting to some deep waters. There's more advanced topics here, but if you provide liquidity, so essentially I'm lending out my tokens, right? I'm giving my Ethereum paired with USDC, or I'm giving my Ethereum paired to the meme coin or the shit coin or the Solana to the shit coin. There's fees going back. You have to give either 60 or 40% of the fees of the cheese grade of selling and buying back to the LPs because they're taking in permanent loss. And then as well as you also could give incentives for also holding money in these pools, right? So that's kind of the same thing how Aave works. Aave, if I lend out my Ethereum to Aave has to pay me a yield of whatever the market rate is. It could be 3% or 4 or 10. If there's such a demand for Ethereum, they need Ethereum like a motherfucker because everyone's trying to borrow. I could lend my Ethereum. I could deposit 100 Ethereum. A year later, I might pick up 9 or 10 Ethereum in yield. Cool. And for a long-term holder, I'm like, cool. I mean, I'm just getting richer in Ethereum. That's what I'm trying to do. Hey, cultivating crypto, right? That's a way to do it. But the LP is the one exception. But the problem is after that, the 60% profit or 80%, whatever it is, 80, 60% or 40%, right? 50%. It's usually been giving it back to stakeholders in terms of let me stake my token and I get you this yield. That could work if it's let's just say 10 or 20% of the profits are just automatically funneled to that if that's just a set amount. But giving it all to the things, I've typically found makes these coins lazy and they don't perform well. I could bring up quite a few examples of where this has happened. They've changed it over time, but the one thing that has worked in crypto has been buy and burn. So because it causes imagination. Eventually, if I hold this token for long enough, eventually, like 90% of the supply will be eradicated. And it's true if it can continue demand. But it's about that. It's sparking that imagination because crypto, the reason it goes up, just like all stocks and everything, it's about belief. At the end of the day, what gives something value is belief, and belief a lot of times comes from imagination. And I basically like long-term fundamentals matter mid to long term. Short term, not usually. You know, it's kind of more buy the rumor, sell the news a lot of the time, right?
Yeah. The fundamentals do hold up the lower end of price when it comes to a bottom, but they don't always like rein in speculation to a certain extent. Like once something becomes a little bit more predictable over time, right, you can kind of start kind of guessing a little bit better at those. But like you can, you can't, for example, just like thinking of Bitcoin, right? Like it's really hard to keep Bitcoin down at, like a below fair value area, right? Like I think a lot of people on Twitter mischaracterize the Bitcoin cost of production. You have the electricity cost, base electricity cost on average around the world, and then you have the total cost, and that shifts. The miners shift, with the yeah, they Peter shift with the market. Exactly. You're getting those dad jokes down, I see.
No. I've been practicing.
But yeah, but if you look at the best place to look at the production cost, in my opinion, is Capriol Investments. They have a good website. Charles Edwards there has been keeping up with the cost of production for quite a long time. And if you look at the downside on that, like when it's slow, basically, if Bitcoin comes down and hits the lower end of the electricity cost, yes, the electricity cost will start to adjust down, but not very extremely. So it does start to show you where, fair value resides, where, people come in, start buying things up. The downside, how much it starts going down tends to start slowing down. And then you get a few more bounces from there in a bear market and stuff like that. So what I'm trying to say is like, it's harder to hold it down and keep it below that average fair value or whatever, whatever metric you want to use for that. But yeah, when it does go up, like it does need, like we said, like a lot of different ingredients to really get the high end of speculation, because sometimes, like, and we've seen it this cycle, Bitcoin doesn't need to get over speculated. It can just get slightly over speculated, right? Which is what we've seen. And again, those kind of like periods of time where Bitcoin, like for example, the summer of 2024, from frickin' May through August of 2024, it was, it was a bull flag because prices going down, and eventually it broke out of that. But it was just a very long consolidation within a bull market that, kind of slowed down the momentum that had already been built then for the altcoins. Because usually what happens is Bitcoin runs and then, it continues running a bit, but then money trickles into the altcoins. But that didn't happen this time. I think, there's one episode I want to do sometime in the early new year too. I saw this one Bitcoiner put out a tweet being like, basically Bitcoin's dead. This is why I sold it.
Right.
And then he's bought like a bunch of Bitcoin ETFs. I'm like, bro is just coping so fucking hard. I was just like,
oh, this is back in the day.
No. This was this cycle. Like he just wrote this like a week ago.
Okay.
It was this guy who had a ton of Bitcoin. And he was like, Bitcoin's dead. Wall Street overtook it. I sold my Bitcoin to Wall Street, which you're part of the problem, bro. Yeah. And all this stuff. And then people are like, well, isn't there still self-sovereignty? All this stuff. He's like, yeah, but he's just basically coping, trying to say, because he's held it since 2013. Why, he sold his Bitcoin, because he doesn't want to feel bad for going against the narrative. But he's the guy who killed the hodlers, because the whales used to, sell onto retail and everything. Sure, they used to sell Bitcoin going into the bull market, but then they used to also, have nowhere else to really take it. And so that would pump up the altcoins a lot more. This time they can sell out to people who are not crypto natives, who will not re-put it into other projects. And so that does actually deflate the speculation bubble, a lot more, because there's just more places for the profit to leak out to, instead of being concentrated within the ecosystem per se.
The way I think of these Bitcoin maxis, these kind of traders, they're like Golem in a way. Like,
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, well, maybe not. Well, Golem in a weird way, right?
Little bit, yeah.
My precious, right? But
Mm-hmm.
more like that the guy with the hump in 300, where he sold out everybody. He's like this disfigured Spartan who like sold out the entire crew for one night of sex.
Is that what it was? I don't remember that. That's what he saw.
Promise in gold, and he basically gave up the crew for like a threesome. Basically, that's what he did, and then that's it. You know, and
life was short back then.
The whole crew. But that's also that classic story of, you know, like if you don't show love to a child, he'll burn. You know, he'll warm himself with the ashes of the burned down, you know, village. Right? There's all that stuff there. But yeah, the troll from 300 or whatever, right? The with Persian men, yeah. But it's just a crazy thing. But just to go with that Bitcoin thing you were saying there, yeah. I mean, supposedly, the Chinese they flip flop so bad. But like, man, talk about like the one of the worst trades in history. Like, China controlled the Bitcoin mining sector for the most part, and they gave it all up, and then now they're jumping back in. After the halvening, because we really only got what, like 2 million, probably like 1.5 million Bitcoin left to be mined total.
Yeah,
we have 19 million and some change. We have it all out basically. I mean,
it's like 5% left for the next 120 years or the next 115 years.
Yeah, and I've already told you. Anyone in the course should know like what I've said. I've said this over multiple courses over like eventually what's going to end up happening. This does not sound very bold. You know, it is bold, but I'm just talking about some realities in the space and shit because it's like
mining responsibility will shift, and the only way mining will stay really, important or useful is if the dollar value increases significantly. And well, we know how fiat currency is going, so it probably will work out well.
Right. So right now. So just to go back to that, so if there's the Chinese obviously can or have subsidized or free electricity, and they just have to go to Jihanwu to get some miners and stuff like that, and they're going to be in the game. This is going to increase hash rate, and it's going to be more competitive to get that Bitcoin. That usually means that Bitcoin, it's not a perfect indicator, but it does mean that if there's more competition and the hash rates go up, then this will lead to Bitcoin going higher over time. So it is actually bullish. But the reason I called it one of the biggest it's almost up there with Brittany Griner for like a war, trading Brittany Griner over for a war, like a war profiteer / like supply. I mean, literally Lord of War, basically. So the reason the Ukraine war has been going as well as it has for the Russians, which it really hasn't, but it should have showed you how bad it would have gone, is we traded a tall lesbian chick for this war guy, so Russia could fight a proper war in the Ukraine.
I think it took them 15 to 20 years of like hunting this guy down around the world too to find him, and then they gave him up within like a couple of years just because of that.
I know, insane.
Crazy.
All she did was basically she had a vape pen.
Yeah,
a weed vape pen.
Backpack.
Reason 5020 to not smoke weed if you don't know the laws. Just be careful.
I mean, just send it to the gulags. No.
Yeah. I think it would have been smarter just to like secure it there and then just throw it away before you get on a plane, like that would have been probably like, but you could forget it. I mean, it happened to, what's his name? I don't know how it happened. You know what I'm talking about?
I know who you're talking about. I forgot his name. Kareem, right?
Yeah. Kareem, just like he just forgot. Like you could like clean out your bag and you think he left a shell in there, and that's what he got in all that trouble for. Accidents happen, like it can, but like, damn dude, you got to be really careful out there and stuff like, you got to be really careful when traveling, especially like stateside's different, but like you got to be really careful.
Yeah, domestic travel is not too bad, but yeah, international, like, yeah, you don't want to end up, in certain countries they'll freaking start lashing you and give you 25 lashes.
Singapore? Damn, that's brutal, bro.
Oh, I think in Singapore they strip you naked, they put you on like a beam or whatever, and then they give you 25 lashes. I'm like, damn, that's fucked up.
Supposedly they put like some kind of pad on you now, I guess, so they don't hurt your, like, I've seen it looks like it hurts, but like the pad makes it seem like it doesn't hurt that much, but who knows?
The whip is going?
Yeah, the whip, they cane you, but they cane you with this pad. It looks like a gel pad. They make sure so it doesn't damage your organs or something.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So it looked to me like it looks like it still hurts, but it looks like it hurts less because they're hitting some gel pad, but they're still fucking caning your ass.
Yeah.
Not like the old days. In the old days, oh man, they used to just hit you with a 9-tail whip. But you know,
Yeah, or cut off one hand, you know.
the Yakuza pinky or whatever. Myanmar,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's when you leave, though. Yeah. I think it was what wasn't it like kind of the rumor or whatever in like Arab countries that if you got caught stealing, they'd cut off your hand back in the day.
Oh yeah, no, it happened in Mexico too.
Oh really? Wow.
Oh yeah, I knew a guy. Yeah, he got caught stealing. He's allegedly he basically tried to steal a horse and a horse, a donkey, and then a couple of animals or something. They caught him and they cut his fucking arm off. Yeah, a little.
They should bring that back for anybody who does over $1 billion in fraud.
Yeah, one of my mom's uncle's friend, like he still lived in the local area where we're from in the ranches. He grows weed apparently. Like he hand rolls tobacco leaves that he grows, and then he sprinkles weed in there that he grows, and it's like he's basically doing some kind of like concoction. It's really cool. I mean, he's a good guy, but like
sounds like a good day.
Yeah, he's missing that whole. The whole limb's gone. He's just right here. They caught him right there.
From doing what?
From stealing animals. They caught him and they fucking just put your arm. Yeah,
it's a bad day right there.
Oh yeah.
But it's effective.
Well, maybe I was like, maybe we can start with the pinky. You know what I mean? Like, let's cut. You know, we gotta let a man.
You got 3 digits per hand, 10 fingers, so that gives you 30 mistakes.
Wow. Okay.
30 strikes and you're out. No.
Like you really just need these 3 fingers right here so we can play some video games. I mean, once you lose the, I mean, like
you need the opposable thumb more than anything. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And this for typing.
Or South Park said, "For finger bang bang you into my life."
Well, that too, yeah.
But anyway, but yeah, but like the big trade that like the China this is more of allegedly, and this is like more of a conspiracy theory, but like there looks like there's some proof around the time is that they traded the Chinese mining sector to the United States for basically F-35 plans, and this is why like they have like I think they're called the Sioux. They have like different versions of it. Like they draw like oops, like Audacity. How did this fall out here? Who knows? So basically, they traded military tech for.
Yeah, I think BlackRock was kind of an interesting, like what do you call it? Like a big part of that.
Right. Yeah.
Big middleman.
And then now they're jumping back in. So like it is U.S. dominated now. The sector is U.S. dominated. Which actually surprisingly, Europe's kind of jumping in the mining game a little bit. There's a couple of companies out here doing some stuff in Europe and in a lot in South America, but China jumping back in, I would imagine if they're serious, I think they get about 25% back probably. If they're serious, but they won't it's going to be hard for them to kind of catch back up unless they really put the old CCP flag on it and stuff like that. But this is great for Bitcoin overall. It makes the network safer, more competition, more players, because more players, these companies are watching it. So like they're kind of speculators in a way. They hope like a lot of the companies, if they're backed really well and they have cheap electricity, like it's sort of a misnomer because like let's just say it costs 60 grand in electricity. Let's just say it's that. And let's exclude like technology replacement because there's a brand new chip that comes out or whatever, or a new sort of ASIC miner or whatever, right? The like $60,000 in electricity. If electricity is just so much cheaper in China, or the government just says we're not going to charge you, just only you can use this much and the rest you have to pay for, it could make them like their profit margin is like 25 grand. So that, and until it reaches a certain point, and then the government kind of goes back on them and, hey, you guys are using too much electricity, calm it the fuck down, okay. And then then they'll actually pay for it and stuff like that. But like right now we're heading into a weird sort of position right now where like macro, this is global macro wise, like I'd be really bullish on like electricity stocks or like electricity companies, because China's building like a brand new coal plant every month, a brand new coal factory being built every month. They're building they're basically right now, because of the AI war, they need electricity like a motherfucker right now, so they're building out as much as they can, hydro dams. I mean, wind's bullshit, but like hydro dams, like I would say like thermal energy, and basically coal plants, the cheapest basically.
Freaking Japan recently just had some information come out, and they've been working on this technology for a while, but it's like for what was it? It was like they had some solar arrays out there collecting solar like direct solar energy or whatever, and then beaming it down to like a wireless base on the Earth or whatever, and then that returns it back into electricity and into the grid or some crazy ass shit. I'm like, if that's actually true, that'd be fucking dope as hell.
I think there's a US company. I saw this, but like I'm not sure if this is the same thing. I saw there's a US company where you could pay them, I believe, $3,000 every 3 minutes or every 30 minutes, where they have so many satellites in the air, they can redirect sun rays and bring light to a 3-mile area. So so imagine it's pitch black outside. You could pay them and they can literally make it look like it's daytime in this 3-mile area. It isn't like you're burning like, oh no, we're melting, right? But it's just like
I was gonna say, it's like the ant under the magnifying glass. It's like, hey, my ultimate way to defeat my enemies.
Can you imagine how like crazy that is? Like you're like you could troll somebody. It's like you just have this sunbeam following somebody the whole fucking day. What's going on right now?
It's like the Truman Show.
But they could do it and they offer it. I'm pretty sure there's some exclusions. Probably you can't do it inside of a city. I would imagine, some shit like that, right? But it's interesting. It's interesting. Actually.
No, I think that's actually probably like the most, like the largest technology like revolution that's coming off of AI besides the computer part will be the energy part, because now all of a sudden you have a lot of players who are incentivized to be like, well, maybe we can get away from these, fossil fuel monopolies. Maybe we can try to actually push some other research forward. But, it's going to be a lot more practical than just like, hey, we're doing this because we're trying to be alternative,
Yeah. Is there any chance Bitcoin reaching 150K? Yeah, I would say yes. It's not over. It's not. We haven't gotten confirmation that like, it's cooked now. It's over, right? But
time, like it's kind of like the hourglass each month in 2026. The longer that it takes to get back to 125 or 120 or any of those numbers, right, to get back bullish again, the less likely that becomes. But the sooner it happens in the early part of the year, like if we go into February, hitting 125K, then man, it's very possible, extremely possible. The closer we get to May, and you're not really hitting a new all-time high or anything, then the harder that gets, in my opinion. But
definitely and stuff like that. And then Mr. Anthony Twinky's right. Like, there was a new mega dam that China built that literally slowed the Earth's rotation by like a fraction of a second. What? Crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
But this is the I mean, we're kind of falling behind, but United States this is the year where all that, those trillions, the supposed $20 trillion is going to be reinvested in the United States is supposed to hit in 26. That's when it's supposed to be scheduled. But part of this is sort of a speculation. This is the big macro channels on YouTube been saying this a lot, is that they're waiting for the midterms to finish up. They're basically, a lot of the corporations that promise this and stuff. This is from Toyota. This is from like basically all the international companies that like say we're going to dump a bunch of money. Even Apple, which is at this point we should call it an Irish. We should call it like a Scottish Irish company than a fucking because they keep all their money in Ireland, right? But
I can't blame them though.
No, I mean I know I can't blame them. You got to keep your money. You got to keep your money safe. But a lot of that investment that they're piling in and stuff is they want it to be after the midterms. They're hoping that there is gridlock. They kind of want the businesses don't like it when one party has so much power, because then they could just if like let's just say they see something they don't like, they can just stop them, and they don't like that uncertainty. They like knowing, they love gridlock because the rules aren't changing for the next 2-3 years. I can plan this out, and then they make the investments, because there's almost no way, unless like an act of God happens, where like some legislation will fuck up their entire like $4 billion investment plan, or which is, I understand that's that's smart. It's a little pussy, but like smart. And so a lot of them are like, a lot of the speculation has been that they've been waiting until like after the midterms and like, okay, it's all shaken out. There's going to be a ton of gridlock. Let's go. Right. Let's just go. And a lot of the companies don't like the uncertainty with the tariffs, really, because like Trump can just change them anytime he likes. But unless they put him as unconstitutional, like he can change them anytime he likes at any point in time and stuff like that, So you know, but yeah, like we said, if we believe it's over, we'll tell you it's over. I don't believe it's over yet. You know, we are contrarian on this. If we do get like if we find like, oh shit, there's something going on, yeah, it's done, then we'll tell you guys. But there's starting to be a little bit of a growing faction. I think it's starting to grow. Like we were like us and maybe a couple other very small amount of channels have been under the same feeling that it's not over, because too many of these big ones are saying that it is. And a lot of really big dumb channels as well are saying it's over. And when most Twitter's agreeing on something, it's fucking wrong.
Exactly. I would say, to be honest, that's one of the larger indicators right now for people who are contrarian to the bull side, because that has been almost like a tried and true way to look at that. It's like, wow, everybody's on the same side of this thing here. Like, yeah, we're probably bottoming out. I mean, Bitcoin right now is hitting 90K. The funny thing is like, I never, like, all daily candles with Bitcoin just in the last few months, right? Like, I can't take them seriously until we get past noon the next day, because all daily candles basically start like late afternoon, early evening, and then they end same time 24 hours later. And a lot of the time what's been happening is in the nighttime during Asian trading hours, Bitcoin price goes up, and then Wall Street wakes up, sells all those gains off, and then it becomes a big nothing burger. Price doesn't change for shit, right? Or it just suppresses it for a bit. Versus if we can get past noon Pacific time, which is about 3 p.m. Eastern, if we can get past that middle day area and still be, you know, like having a green candle or having some gains in price action, you know, like if we're still at 90K or 91K here at noon, basically tomorrow, then yeah, you're going to be in a good spot for the candles. So yeah, like right now, I think on the daily candle, there are 19 hours left. So I kind of have to wait until there's like 4 to 8 hours left to really believe the momentum is there for the day. But as of it looks right now, right, the daily candle, you know, is the biggest one that we've had pumping since probably about a week ago. So, yeah. And I did say, right, once we do kind of turn back on just before New Year's, because we're going to turn on here for Monday tomorrow a little bit, and then, you know, things will kind of cool off into New Year's. And then when, what do you call it, towards the end of the week, beginning of the next week, right, then if we're holding up, things should get pretty spicy, because yeah, a lot of the downside sell pressure then will pretty much have been proven to be out of the system.
Right. Now I'm going to say something interesting. I have, like, everything I've said now has been boring. Okay, up until this point, no.
Absolutely. I was just busy drinking my hooey.
Go watch Avatar. Very good movie. The new one's good, bro. The new one's good, bro. The bitches in this movie are, bro, it's worth it. I watched it already twice. I watched it with my mom, and I watched it with a bunch of people.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched. My mom was like, "Let's go," and I was like, "Fuck it, let's go."
Yeah,
I found it more enjoyable the second watch. Can you believe that?
Actually, my niece said the same thing.
There's tons of shit I didn't catch. I thought I catch, bro. I literally didn't catch. There was a bunch. Like I for some reason I may have looked away. I never saw like the main bad dude ended up fucking the bad. It's literally like the boogeyman started fucking the devil. Like,
well, that was the only thing I heard negative of it, was that people were like, "Damn, it got a little bit, you know, kind of like, you know, not a family affair or whatever."
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, it like. Well,
got a little more towards the R side, I'm guessing.
Yeah. What do you mean the R side? Like
rated R?
Oh, not really. No. I mean, like, no. This was.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, so.
I mean, one of the kids tried to kill themselves and didn't do it, but the reason that, like, supposedly Disney's the person who like facilitated in the background or whatever, but like they allowed it because of James Cameron said he's going to do that in that scene. I don't give a fuck what you say. So he's gonna do it. So it comes out or not. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I like James Cameron. I can respect that. And because one of my nieces, it was her favorite movie series or whatever. And I was asking her, like, what's the best one of the three? And she still thinks that number 2 is the best one. So that's the only one I only watched the first one, and it was so hyped up that it was like, this is James Cameron, so it's gonna be as good as Titanic and freaking Terminator, and it's gonna be the best thing ever. And I watched it. I'm like, bruh. You know, it was good, but it wasn't like it's not
Right.
Terminator. You know what I'm saying?
No, of course, and but like the way I look at these movies, right? You're going there to just be entertained and have fun. That's it. The thing is
Yeah.
like one thing that's like happened to
But it's all
people
about the expectation. Because if you go in with low expectations and it's good, you're like, this is a great movie. But if you go in with high expectations and it's good, you're like, that movie's kind of shit. Like, it really has a huge way of kind of how you come into it.
I walked into it. Hey, I'm watching the movie with the family. Like, let's see if we can waste 3 hours here because we're here with the family on Christmas or whatever. And I was like pleasantly.
I didn't want to spend it with them anyways, you know.
Yeah, I know. So like, thank God. But
I just spent it in a dark room.
Here's the crazy thing. So I saw it the week it came out, and then now I watched it the second week it came out. The first week it came out, I watched it in the same movie theater, big IMAX, and it was like not even that full. So I was like, oh, wow, maybe it's not doing that great. And then the second week I watched it, same time, same movie theater, fucking packed to the gills, bro. I mean, packed. I mean, like literally, I have not been in a movie that packed since like shit. Like Dune. Since Dune. Yeah, like literally it was like packed to the brim, dude. Like even the front of the IMAX was completely filled to the top. Every top to bottom.
In IMAX, I would watch it in IMAX. That sounds a lot more fun.
Yeah. But it was a really great movie. I just liked that the women were much more cunts to each other. Oh my god, the cunty side. These bitches were like vicious, bro, in the movie. I loved it. Like even like the main woman with like her friend, she was like they were pissy with each other. It's like they basically were saying you bitch shut like the women are like showing their fangs and like fucking screaming at each other. And I was like, this is fucking beautiful. My dude, bro. Like James Cameron out here fucking swinging, bro. But like it was a much more enjoyable. I will say this, like the second movie was much more of like I feel like it was much more like Nat Geo, sort of like it was like there's sort of an amazement about it. Like it is if you love more of the nature side, you'll love the second movie more. It is so much cooler because it's the water, right? The first movie was more of like literally like an Avatar, like it was more like a isekai in a way where like this is my world right here. I lost my legs. I like fuck. This sucks. I shouldn't be spoiling anything. This movie came out in 2009, you guys. Someone said spoiler alert earlier. I was like, oh man, come on. But like the guy lost his. The guy. Here's the funny shit. The guy lost his. He was a Marine, and they were being attacked. Guess where he lost his legs? In Venezuela.
Oh really?
Yeah, so in 2009, like there was some huge shit that's happened in Venezuela. There's like the main bad guy. He's like, man, Venezuela, that was some Harry Bush. That was some hairy shit right there, man. I was like fucking lying. Like it's so fucking funny, dude. But like he lost his legs, and like this is the only thing I don't like about the future movies is like they think we're so retarded we're gonna destroy the world. Like we're already asteroid mining. Like that's the only part that I don't like. It's like the overpopulation.
The movie The Time Machine goes like pretty hardcore on that.
Yeah.
That's a really good movie. The one with the one with what's his name? God damn. It's not Pierce Brosnan. It's but there's the most recent Time Machine movie basically. I think it came out like probably like 2003 or something.
Okay.
But that one was really, really good. I think they when you take the original version of the movie, you can't really get past the fact that like, oh, humans went and built everything on the moon, destroyed the moon, and that destroyed, Earth's, tides, and that destroyed everything, and everybody had to go live underground. Like weird, but okay.
Like I will say this, so like everyone, like the humans were more cartoonish in the first movie, but the second movie still kind of cartoonish in terms of the people killing the whales, but like basically what they're like. Same thing, you guys. The other movie came out like fucking like almost half a decade ago. Like it's like it should be spoilers. But in the second movie, they're killing the whales because they have something in their brains that basically can extend human life like by a lot. Cool. Like it's a huge thing. It's like it looks like ambrosia, like amber, liquid amber, and then when injected into humans and stuff like that, it extends life by like 50% or more. It's like fucking massive. Like it's basically can extend the richest people in the world's lives by a stupid amount. So it's like, wow, this is incredible. Basically the only thing I would criticize the movies about is like they're like, because obviously I know they're trying to have you sympathize with like the Na'vi or whatever, the blue people, but here's the other part of it is that like also like if we don't basically if we don't get a planet, like our civilization is going to die. Like they are trying. If you look at it, they're trying to make a peaceful thing of it, but then of course they cartoon it up and stuff. It's fucking stupid. It's so stupid. It's like the biggest oil deposit in the world's under their fucking cultural tree. We have to fucking destroy, and then but they have the technology. They can go to any other part of the whole fucking planet and mine over there. So that's the biggest amount of fucking resources in 200 clicks and 200 miles. Well, then go fucking that direction. Get more. What the fuck are you talking about? That's the only part that I find ridiculous. Like on the whole, literally, you guys could so stupid.
Hey, minor detail, Miguel. Minor detail.
Minor detail. I know. But it's great movie. But I like its way. Like third movie's really, the action's really good. The kids aren't annoying anymore. They've gone old because they were younger. The second movie, now they're a little older. They're not as retarded, and pretty good. Like I'll say, I highly recommend watching it. I mean, obviously you're also the memes of the main guy, the bad guy getting with the bad woman, and the bad woman's fucking awesome. She's fucking awesome. She's fucking evil as a motherfucker. But and apparently she's Charlie Chaplin's great granddaughter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's a chaplain. Yeah, it's crazy. She's actually the actress who plays Robb Stark's. So Robb Stark in Game of Thrones, he, of course, for pussy, of course, he's supposed to marry a political marriage. He's supposed to marry the Walter, the basically a different family. And it was a military alliance, and he basically broke it off because he found some fucking girl because she was hot. Instead of just having her as a side piece and fucking her, he decides I'm not going to marry the political alliance that's going to save my family. And for fucking this bitch, he ends up fucking getting his entire fucking family murdered. Incredible. So once again,
the olden days.
So I was like, I couldn't believe it that she plays fucking this crazy bitch. But anyway, I'll let her go up there.
The actor's name I was looking for was Guy Pearce. He's a really good actor. Yeah, he's in a bunch of different movies too, other than The Time Machine. I don't remember the name of this movie. Somebody could probably see it on IMDb, but it's if you look up Guy Pearce Australian movie or whatever, there's a movie basically where Guy Pearce is a lawman, and his brother is this Australian outlaw basically, and his job is to go and capture his brother, but then of course there's other lawmen involved or whatever, and they want to kill his brother, and then it gets complicated, right? So it's a very good movie though. It's one of the better Australian movies that I've ever seen, besides Mad Max.
I will say that I love the new Mad Maxes more than the old ones by fucking
absolutely
crazy.
No, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know why people are hating on the second one with the girl, not Fury Road, the whatever the backstory to the main chick or whatever. It was a fucking great movie. I was haters, bro. It was one of the.
I think just some of the scenes were excessive. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, but they're supposed to be success. As a misogynist, a professional misogynist, right? For me to say that the female character is good, that's such a oh my god, this is it is so. I am so impressed when I see a good female character. That's how rare it is. A good female character, and she's not It's I give it to the greatest. One of the greatest villains of all time is fucking Miss Trunchbull from Matilda. Matilda is literally an all-female movie. It's fucking incredible. It's one of the best movies of all time. Danny DeVito being a fucking capitalist motherfucker. There's a sucker born every minute. We're going to take him for all they got, Charlie.
Danny DeVito lights out in a lot of movies.
Yeah, they don't know how to do female, but when they do it, this is what I'm saying. We're all we care about is you make the character good. It doesn't matter if they're good or if they're a dude or a chick. And the thing is the reason I like the new Avatar movie is because they really looked on how women are very vindictive when they're angry. Very evil cunts. The wife, right? She's really pissed off that her son died in the third movie, and she fucking hates everybody, bro. She is fucking mad at everyone. She's fucking lashing out at a pregnant woman in the movie too, craziness. She's like, man, fuck you, bitch, fuck you, fight me then. But literally, all the women in the movie are aggro as a motherfucker, And that is a true thing. Anyone who's lived with a woman, when they're fucking pissed off, they're fucking turbo cunts. This is why it's so real. You're like, oh yeah, these bitches are crazy like that. Of course, yes, yeah, that's exactly true. But Hollywood shines away from that part of that. But that's a reality that men know. That's truth. That's a very big truth. Just like when if someone hurt our family, we lose our fucking mind and would do evil, like horrible things and revenge. It's like that's the part of that they always run away from. Maybe not in the male movies. Like there is revenge movies, you know, like
Yeah, like the Liam Neeson movie where his daughter.
Yeah. I will find you, Charlie. I will find you. Like that like Liam Neeson is always a great actor, but that movie fucking propelled him to some other. And that's crazy. He's Obi-Wan. He's Qui-Gon Jinn, which is insane.
Right.
You know?
If you look at the movie like The Fugitive, for example, with Harrison Ford, right? On the surface, if you look at the plot, kind of a boring ass movie. But just because Harrison Ford is so freaking good, you know, it's a really good movie. Also, Tommy Lee Jones is really good in that movie too. So it's kind of like, you know, good cop.
Did he pass away? Did he pass away?
Tommy Lee Jones?
Yeah.
He might have, but I don't think so.
I haven't seen him in a long time.
I don't think he's working anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was working a lot before. Yeah, and then I think somewhere in the early 2000s he started like slowing down.
Who was the actor, bald actor? Oh my god.
In which movie?
Action star. He was in Pulp Fiction. He was the boxer. I forgot his name. Shit.
Yeah. From Die Hard. Freaking Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis. Bro, I do not like.
He's in a bad sitch.
I know. I do not like what the family's doing with his body, bro. They're gonna donate his brain to science. What? What do they need, bro? They do not need to like donate. Like I understand donating some money to the like what the fuck? Like that's insanity to me. Like unless it was like Miguel, like, you have this really rare disease. If we study it, we can get a vaccine or we can do something to help prevent it. Okay, that's hard.
Or you had like crazy CTE as a football player. Okay, I kind of get it. Or you know, like like even Einstein, right? He didn't want his brain studied at all. They got it in a jar somewhere now.
They split it into pieces. It's literally cut in slices like bread.
Yeah, bro's probably rolling in his grave.
Yeah, and this is where we get conspiracy theory is that there's this whole thing too where like you know they remove during an autopsy they remove organs and a lot of times they don't return the organs back. They just like there's like and then they get rid of the brain and you know there's a lot of weird shit.
Okay, it is getting a little out there from the conversation, but like one of the things that I thought was kind of weird recently was now it's popular to have like those like last walks down to the room. Like if somebody's like, let's say, you know, they're kind of going to turn into a vegetable or whatever, they'll do like an organ harvesting. And before
what?
Yeah, bro. I think it's basically like assisted suicide these days, practically. But it's like, let's say, for example, you know, you're like, you had some sort of stroke or you had some sort of head injury where, yeah, this person's not coming back from it, right? But they're like, the family says, okay, donate the organs. Then they'll like wheel the person down. I forgot what they call it these days, but they wheel them down the hall and they'll have like lines of people down there, you know, like give it, you know, saying their last things for them or whatever. And then they bring them right into the operating room, basically, you know. But I'm just like, it's a bit odd.
This, bro.
It's a bit odd. It's a bit odd. You know what I'm saying? But I've read that like in this year, like probably several times. You know, I forgot what they call them these days. But yeah, I was just like, you know, I'm gonna make sure that I check no organ donation on that driver's license, just because sometimes I've heard that they do, what do you call it, end people earlier because, hey, this guy's a donor, so you know, hey, we can make some a little bit of cash off this one. He's too far gone anyways. I'm like,
you know, they're suing this actually. There's I remember when I lived in California, I had to do this. I didn't have to do this in fucking Nevada, but I had to do it in California because you live in California, you have to redo your ID and then your driver's license a couple times, right? That I remember I had to pay $5 or $10 to say no to like organ harvesting. Basically. Right. There was no option. You don't have to pay anything. Why are they forcing me to donate anything at all? Yeah. Basically, it's say yes or pay $10. Here's $10.
Yeah.
Like
it's $10 to make sure they don't like put you down a little quicker.
Yeah, everybody here, don't be an organ donor. Like my rule has always been, if like I'm fucked, give it to a family. If a family member needs it, sure. Or like if I needed to do something to save a family member or something, like of course. But like no, tons of hospitals have gotten in trouble for this, especially in Texas. In Texas, there's a ton of Texas ones they did this, where like they could save you, they just let you die because they can harvest your organs.
Yeah. Brown conservative capitalist in the chat says, and I'll just like that the stream goes dark.
No, this is just like a end of year recap right here. I'm just telling you. This year, but it's true. Like, do not do that ever. And then here's a fucked up shit. They found a workaround.
Well, it's
now.
not. It's not. The idea of it, of what it should be, is great, right? It's just abused.
I heard recently that not your spouse. What is it? It's if you give legal power of attorney to like an actual attorney, the attorney, there's now a thing where they can change it up. They can make you an organ harvest. They can make you they can change it against there's something also too of as well as like if you go insane and before you were insane, you said no, they could change it to yes on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Just fucking craziness, bro. Like evil shit, bro. Evil shit, man. Your mistress, oh my god, bro. But anyway, let me going off back to crypto for a second. Just for a second. Just for a little second. I've actually gotten a little. So one token I'm seeing good things. I've talked a lot of shit about this token over the years because it's a fucking useless sack of shit token. It's totally useless. But finally,
yeah. Sorry, the word there that the person said was honor walk. Yeah, that was what people are calling it now. I'm like, God damn.
Honor walk. What honor is that? I don't know. I can see if like the whole family and you decide, or like the whole, I could see it like, hey, you're gonna save. Like I can sort of get. I mean, look, I'm fucked. I'm totally fucked.
Yeah,
totally fucked here. There's no coming back. The body's still alive. I can save some kids and I can save some people.
Yeah, of course, that's great.
Okay, fine. And I live on in them somehow too. I get it. Like there is a lot of that there, but like it's just so tough because there's so many people that need organs and shit. And the fucked up shit is like some of the people that need it the most did it to themselves too. It isn't like a kid, like those kids, a teenager, a person in their 20s that just got a bad like roll the dice. They need that chance. But there's people who fucking drank their shit, destroyed them.
The one that I just shocked me this year was like some 16-year-old girl.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Wait, what do you mean?
The honor walk thing.
Oh, 16? Oh man.
1-6, yeah. Like, bruh. Give her a shot. Like
hell of a sweet 16, bro. Hell of a sweet 16. That's insane, man. But
anyways, back to the coin.
Back to the coin, about fundamentals and stuff. Uniswap, believe it or fucking not, has finally turned on their fees and they're now doing a buy and burn. They just burned about 100 million of their Uniswap tokens from their treasury. Let me full screen it right now. So they've now turned some of their fees on. They have a buy and burn. The fees are back on for V2 and V3 pools on mainnet. Uniswap fees burn the tokens. So no yield. It just goes all to burn off the token. So this is good long term because like there's legacy money in Uniswap. That means there's like Ethereum that just never will get returned. There's just like how there's Bitcoin lost on chain, there's liquidity lost on chain, and that liquidity is very important. And there's billions of dollars of transactions that happen per month, and I mean I couldn't imagine how much like volume gets through Uniswap over the years. Also, there's Uniswap on Ethereum, but there's Uniswap on other chains as well. There's billions of dollars of liquidity. And this fees now the token can maybe ascend over time. The supply will start going down over time, and that's good. And Hayden really hasn't done too many bad things in terms of like they've been pretty honored. Like I will at least say this, at least in terms of what they've been trying to do, they've been doing a good job on that front. But for the longest time, the token was useless. Now there's kind of a reason to maybe hold it because there's now that long term, maybe like, wow, this token's going to become more scarce over time. And scarcity is one thing that works in crypto. It absolutely does work. And it's pretty important. And right now the price of Uniswap is roughly where it was like airdropped to me back in 2020. Back in 2020. Was it 2019? I think it may have been 2019.
It was summer of 2020. Yeah, it was about August, September of 2020.
So let's go down a little memory lane here a little bit with Uniswap, right? Let me turn that off right there.
I mean, if you look at it from that perspective, it's basically been a stable coin.
Yeah, because the token didn't do nothing. The DAO was fake. I mean, there's nothing. The token didn't generate fees. Now I understand why, because they were kind of playing a longer game of being like the biggest source of money. That means like the transactions they were trying to be as cheap as possible, basically. But now they have a big moat. It's trusted. V2 and V3 is knock on my desk here. Essentially rug proof. I don't want to, essentially. I know in crypto's dangerous. I know.
Last famous words.
V2 has been tested a lot, but like V2 is pretty safe. V3 as well, and there's a lot of money. There's money that's just stuck on V2 forever. There's money that's going to be stuck forever on V3 as well, and it's very, it's a very interesting sort of like right now, like Hex is an example. Like the Hex is pretty much liquidity is pretty much locked. It's on V2 forever essentially. And now these fees are on there. I think Richard was mad about it because like, oh no, they're charging fees on it, but well, too bad, bro. Like there's now a small fee and that fee will get used to destroy the supply of the token over time. And this is kind of bullish because like maybe in like 10 years, maybe the circulating supply is like 300 million in 10 years, something like, who knows, it's kind of interesting to think of where the supply could go to basically over time. But if you look at it, $6, it's down from there. It's the lowest price it's been has been like $2.19, I believe, for a little bit of time. So in terms of this cycle, it's basically near its lows right now for this cycle. So this is actually a little bullish actually on the token. I know it's kind of a crazy thing to say that, but like it's been as high as $15. It's basically down 66%. It was as low as so I would say like $4, like under $10 is a decent price. Anywhere under anything under $5, it's a huge steal basically right now. So I like what I'm seeing right now. I don't say that it took like I've had my problems with this token for a long time because it just didn't do anything. It didn't like there was no reason to hold it really. And basically, it was basically kind of a useless governance token for the most part because like the platform's incredible. It's just the token's useless basically. But it's kind of nice to see that actually. So like there's starting to be some good things. They're at least not following the Aave route at the very least. So buy and burns work. They really do, especially something as popular as Uniswap. There's always going to be tons of volume, and that volume really adds up. Even with PulseX, right? As much as like how bad the volume is on PulseX over time, like it's burned a lot of the supply, and that matters over like the next cycle. It really makes the token very valuable over time, especially as volume picks back up. As long as an ecosystem isn't dead, it does help the token holder over a long period of time. But this is more of a fundamentals thing over the medium to long term. But it's a good thing, buy and burns of work. I mean, look at the BNB price. If you can keep up an ecosystem that has lots of volume with the buy and burn, it can be very good for the token price.
Yeah, I mean, it's kept BNB. If you look at BNB in Bitcoin terms, it's kept BNB at least stable to Bitcoin.
Yeah, look at over the year. I mean, but look at this.
I think if you go on the bottom, you can press the Bitcoin button. And if you look at that orange, since what, late 2020, it's been stable to Bitcoin and then beat it at times.
Yeah, so and then this is it's pretty near its all-time. I think its all-time high is what, 1,300? Yeah, 1,300 basically. So it's not bad, it's done very well. But obviously you need demand. But with demand, with good fundamentals, it can lead to really good things for token appreciation over time.
Yep.
And also, if you make your users rich, they fucking support you. It's the same sort of thing as like, it's like Ethereum made a lot of people money. So they're like, I'm loyal to Ethereum as much as like, I'm as loyal to Ethereum as I am to Bitcoin. But if I were to say like, I use Ethereum and I use Ethereum technology more than I do Bitcoin, really. Like I buy Bitcoin to put it away, but like Bitcoin's kind of like gold to me in a way. Like I buy it to put it away. Ethereum, I use it. I use it and I store it out for a long period of time. Ethereum has been the most. If I think what crypto is Ethereum to me. If I have to say anything about a coin, like I am willing to hold Ethereum for a decade or longer. I really am, and I have been. Like I've been stacking Ethereum for a really long time, and I will continue to do so. So, yeah,
absolutely.
He pulls back up. Okay, but yeah, man. Let's see what's. Yeah. Also, if you super chat, we'll answer it in a little bit. But we'll answer super chats in a bit. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to answer the one that's up there because that's a pretty easy one.
Yeah, sure. Is Doge cooked? Should I trade it? Happy New Year's. Thanks. I mean,
my answer is no.
Yeah.
But there's a caveat to that, right?
Right.
So it'd be interesting to see what it does if we do not find any new highs, right, this cycle. if we find a new high this cycle, then Doge will clearly follow like an altcoin run. So Bitcoin would have to get back above its 20-week moving average, which means it'd probably have to get above about $103,000-$105,000 here in January to start making a run. So in that sense, Doge, would have a chance. But yeah, Doge is your canary in the coal mine when it comes to altcoin season. So if you don't get an altcoin season, right, it's just going to keep chopping. But I would say the downside is probably less for Doge, not in terms of percentages when you compare it to other stuff, but just in terms of its pattern, right? I think it will hold up and probably bounce around a little bit more. It might go slightly lower than what it's had for its lows this cycle if we do grind lower throughout 2026. But whenever you do get that crazy alt season run, let's say it is in 3 years from now, right? You have to wait or whatever. Doge is one of those coins where it's really not that bad of an idea to hold it, multiple cycles, because it is proven to be a coin that does come back at some point when we get a major alt season. It's just a matter of getting an alt season.
Yeah, it has retail's mine. We didn't have as much retail, but it did go from like 6 cents, 5 cents up to 44 cents. So it did have an okay run. It's not, what is that? Like 8x? Is that an 8x? I believe. Let's see.
We'd have, I don't know.
Yeah, I'd have to look at the low for the cycle. Yeah, it's like 6 cents. I have to do the math on it, but it's roughly like a 7 or 8x basically that it did, which is a pretty moderate run.
Yeah, I think this cycle, the lowest it's been is close to about 5-6 cents. Yeah, and then this cycle's high has only been about 40. Yeah, so about a 5. Or no. 5, about an 8x, 9x.
So it did pretty good, kind of on track with what Bitcoin did in actual moves. Yeah,
followed Bitcoin for the most part, not in terms of timing, but in terms of price gains or whatever. But yeah, it just never had that over speculation run.
Right, but it is kind of like it's kind of like the Bitcoin of the meme coins. Basically, it's going to be like I'm not worried about Doge not being here next cycle. Basically, so it's always a good coin to kind of hodl, or especially like kind of buy during times at the bottom of the market. It's a coin that's pretty safe to buy along with BNB, except BNB has the risk of like if something happens to CZ or Binance, it could totally disappear. Where like Doge, where's it going to go?
There's nothing to attack. Like
right, the dog's dead. Now it's even more valuable. Beautiful. But every cycle has like its new memes. Like I'd say like the highest performing new meme this cycle was obviously Pepe this cycle. It went from like 0 to $11 billion. That's a pretty good run. That was a really good run.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. I mean, honestly, we traded it. I traded it very well. I traded it on camera here, in 25. I think I maybe did 2 trades in 25 on Pepe. I did probably like 5 trades in 24 and then 3 trades in 23 basically on Pepe, and they were very profitable, very good. We sold close to the top on it, and it was very good. It helped make like I traded Pepe for Ethereum and kind of back and forth, and it made me more Ethereum. It made me wealthier in Ethereum, where like something like a Nobody Sausage or a Fat or any of the meme coins I made money on in Solana made me richer in Solana, which was good. So, and then I also said, there's times where I directly traded to Ethereum. There's times where I directly traded into USDC because that was a smarter move. And then that gave me tons of DCA powder. And that was some of the money that I used to buy Pepe during the bottom because I had that USDC sitting there from selling Pepe at a really, at a really high price. And then the big debate was like, which is a better deal? Like I look at things a bit of a value investor at the time. Like once things go down, what's a better deal? Okay, $2,000 Ethereum or Pepe, like that wick down here for the second. I'm like, okay, let me buy. Pepe was a better buy at the time, and versus like when Ethereum went down to $1,400, I backed up the truck again. I was like, I can't, like, I didn't think I was going to be able to buy it this low again. Well, let's do it, and it's still in profit even right now, which is really great. That's kind of what we say cultivating crypto. Like there's these swing. I don't want to call it a swing trade, but it's sort of like there's these opportune times where it's like, wow, let's take % off or something. It's
all about the compounding.
Correct, because that multiplies the X's. Because like just the X's alone, like I'm not. I will say the only thing I didn't trade this cycle was I left Bitcoin completely alone. I bought it and I didn't do. I just left it. I did trade Ethereum a little bit, but like Bitcoin, whatever I bought at the bottom, it's still there. I left it. but I put Bitcoin in a different, like I put it as like a goal. Like I'm stacking these Satoshis. I'm leaving, leave it there. I only sell it when like I really like, wow, things are getting so like insane that I'm like, okay, I have to like, let me sell 3 Bitcoin so I can maybe buy 9 at the bottom or buy like another 5.
Yeah.
Or even if you just sell 3 and then you're able to buy 4, that's a W. That's a huge W, over time.
Yeah. Or take a loan against them so you can buy more at the bottom.
Oh, interesting. Whoa. I guess the Flow blockchain got hacked. Beautiful.
Okay. Wonder what happened there.
They got hacked for 3.9 million.
That's not that much.
The chain was halted, full rollbacks on the table.
Rollbacks for 3.9 million.
I mean, it wasn't doing that well. I mean, Flow's kind of like, I don't know if anyone using Flow at all.
No.
But I guess people are more this is the other thing. It's like it's decentralized. You shouldn't be able to do stuff unless I get robbed, and then you should definitely save my money. So it's kind of like, a lot like Bitcoin, Ethereum are literally like they can't roll it back. I mean, it would have to be like the most.
But Ethereum did in the early day. Yeah.
So did Bitcoin. Bitcoin. Yeah, people don't know that part. Like there was a huge inflation hack on Bitcoin, and Bitcoiners like to, let's keep that. That never happened, you guys. Never happened.
Right, well, technically, it wasn't on the main. Never got fully accepted by all the miners, Miguel.
Okay.
Because I'm most of the miners, and my name's Jihan Wu. No.
Yeah, they rolled it back. They rolled Bitcoin back. Okay, Grandpa. It's okay. Whatever you say, Grandpa. I'm not your grandpa.
I am my own grandpa.
I am my own. Oh no, Fry.
Have you ever seen the movie The Stupids?
No, I have not.
Oh man, it's terrible. I think it was Tom Arnold in the 90s. Oh, that's such a bad movie. But anyways,
I was thinking more of Futurama because Fry is his own granddad.
Technically speaking, yeah.
That's why he can do so many things in the multiverse or in the thing. Like he can't be affected by weird things in the timeverse because like he's missing this proper gene. So because he fucked his own grandma in the past and became his own grandfather, he has like some fucking retard power that he can't be fucked with.
The Christmas episodes, there's like a string of like Christmas episodes that I saw in replay from Futurama the other night or whatever, and they're actually pretty good. I was like, they had like Santa Claus versus the Kwanzaa Claus. Like, it's pretty funny.
Oh no way, bro! No fucking way. You know Gainsey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, this fucker he finally got himself a hair transplant. I didn't even see that. Like, holy shit! Hey, he's looks maxing now, man. I'm telling, bro. The clav effect is starting to affect people, bro. It's starting
let's hold our judgment until after the Chia Pet comes back.
Yeah. What do you mean the Chia Pet?
The hair?
Oh, the hair. Yeah. It's that's funny.
Yeah,
but
whenever people get that done, it looks like a Chia Pet, like the beginning of a Chia Pet.
I will agree with one thing Gainsey said recently, not recently, maybe a few months ago, is true. Like he's saying that the fucking Zoomers are just kind of there's the whole thing where like they're still so young is like they give up too easy. They're Zoomers give up. They're like prone to depression more. They lean towards they give up too quickly. A lot of the times it's like, oh no, this shit's cooked, it's all over. Like, bro, it's because you're not old enough. You don't know, like
they're just used to getting disappointed already. It's like that kid who, what do you call it? Their dad's out of the picture. He went to go get some Newports, like like Rugwick, and he never came back. And then what do you call it? Their stepdad keeps promising them the world. They never get nothing. They're like, damn, this world's cooked.
I mean, I don't know what people. I mean, most people's 20s are a disappointment. Like it's never. It's good. There's incredibly cool parts of it. There's like it's sort of like, what is that? Youth is wasted on the young.
Absolutely. Like, yeah.
Like there's so much like like there's something like there's always like there's the 1% or let's just say 5% of people fucking have the greatest time in their 20s where like they actually have money and girls and they do everything and they're like having fun. It's like incredible. And then like most people are living like, they're just working hard with like these moments of greatness of like cool and like fun. And there is like a subset, maybe 10% of people, it's fucking Oh, it's just awful, awful, awful. But that's the average human experience. It always happens. I mean,
Yeah, I would say I
I
had a
had a
pretty
little
good
bit of
20s, but it was paycheck to paycheck most of my 20s.
yeah, but like you have the youth part of it, and then like you're supposed to be broke. You're not. You
Yeah, I
shouldn't
mean,
be.
it wasn't that bad being broke, but now when I look back on it, I'm like, oh, you kind of look back at it fondly, but then whenever you're like actually get put into the situations where you're, like you have to like actually vividly remember it, you're like, but would you ever go back? Like it's like, would you go back 20 years to be 20 years younger? But you don't know what you know now, right? Because like I think if anybody says you knew what you knew now, well, of course you'd go back younger, do it over again, right? But like if you don't know what you know now, would you go back? Or if you basically are in the situation you are now, where you're successful and you have some money or whatever, would you stay where you are now? I'm like, bro, like we have so much, like paycheck to paycheck is one thing that you just don't want to last for a long time. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, I'm fun times, but I'm good with not being paycheck to paycheck anymore. You know what I mean?
The average guy doesn't start getting some money until like probably his late 30s or his mid to late 30s. Realistically, it's well, I forgot what the quote was. It's like eventually every squirrel finds the nut. Is like the
not all of them. I've seen a few out there that I'm just like, bruh.
This is a 90s thing that I'm talking about. This is something I heard in the 90s and the early 2000s. Was like
it's the boomer area. The boomer area, you have to be fucking retarded not to find something.
Eventually, you'll figure out. You'll land a job. But a lot of the times, it's just having enough time. Where like I really think it's like guys eventually because I mean we're both in our 30s and like we can vividly talk about our 20s. It's this whole thing where like guys could fuck up their 20s and they get their shit together in their 30s, but it's sort of because what ends up happening is usually you've done so many things already that you fucking finally stop going out, or like you just stop, you kind of lock in for a couple of years and you finally have some savings. And then you're like, oh, damn, I should have just done that from the beginning. Shit. Because like you it's this whole thing where like, you have this temptation, you have this bit of this temptation of I still chastise some of my old guys that I used to know from back in the day, were like, bro, just lock in for one more year, bro. You're gonna make a fortune in the 21 cycle or on the 17 cycle, and they didn't because they wanted a girlfriend because they never had sex. And then now, when I talk to them, it's like, yeah, bro. I mean, half of them aren't even with the chick anymore. Some of them are married.
Yeah. It's almost always the case. Yeah.
Yeah, it happens a lot, and it happens to most guys, But like, what ends up happening is that because you want it, so you don't like, it's easy for you to say, bro, you've had it before, you could say it's lame, but I want to have it because I want to know that it's lame. Well, all right. And it is the greatest, like, man, I remember being young, and there's this thing, like, I remember I would get jealous when I was young, when I was in my early 20s or some shit, and I remember it making me so mad that I could violently feel this pulsing energy of anger. Like I could give no fucks anymore. like it would have to be some it would have to be some bloodlust of someone hurting some family member of mine to get me that angry. But I remember like being so angry at this fucking chick that I literally like benched 50 more pounds on my bench for reps. Just like I was so mad. I remember being so mad in the gym that I was like, I was so mad, and then I didn't realize how much I was benching. I was like, God damn! Like halfway through my workout, I was like, Jesus Christ, this is awesome. But like that's how mad. I remember like my skin, I was vibrate. Like I remember like I was pulsing red. Like how fucking angry. Like to at this age to be this mad at a chick, I couldn't even, bro. I could. It would have. I mean, oh my God, it would have.
Well, yeah, the stakes become a lot higher.
Yeah, but it would have to be it'd have to be some fucking like almost like it'd have to be the level. It'd have to be some crazy like. Oh my God, I couldn't imagine, bro. It's like
no, I'm already thinking in that direction. I'm like, yeah, that's the level, the ante gets raised. Yeah,
yeah. As you get, because you have experience and you also learn like it ain't that serious. It is serious. It's like you're like, this is mad disrespect. Fuck you. Get out of my life. Because like we're busy, like it's the same thing when we explain to guys when we say like, look, like guys who are on their shit and busy don't have time to shit post all day on Twitter. Yeah. It's a lot of people on Twitter that don't have anything to do. They're just like, they're cry fagging on Twitter all like, sure. I'm not saying like, man, like let's say Richard did some shit and I'm like, man, fuck Richard, fuck this shit, fuck you guys, I'm done, right? and that's it. It's over, right? I'm not going to spend any more time and calories and energy on something unproductive. But then people will like, that's all they have, or that's all they do, or like,
Yeah, I know a few people in the pulse chain community like that.
Yeah, and I only brought pulse chain because that's maybe something. Some people
I know, but
nice.
I can literally name a few right off the top of my head when you say that. I'm just like, yeah.
but there's the same thing. There's guys so mad at Solana right now, and so mad at Arbitrum, or so mad. There's people in every ecosystem fucking seething with anger, and everything. Right? There's people mad as fuck with Ethereum right now.
Well, there's people mad as hell with the old part of crypto. No alt season. Brr, this thing was a giant scam. You know, like. Right. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like, yeah, I get it. It does suck, right? But, you know, like we always say, it's a long-term game of attrition. Yeah. I saw this meme earlier today. I'll probably show it on my next show or whatever. But this guy was like, you know, I'm still here. 2025 didn't kill me. You know, I know basically that I can be scared of nothing now. Here we go into 2026 and you know, the long-term next run for altcoins and the rest of crypto or whatever. I'm like, that's a spirit. You know, but then, you know, there's going to be a huge subset of people, right, that just 2025 washed them out and they'll never come back to crypto again. And they're going to be like, I'm going to go into the S&P 500 with my 401k, you know, and whatever cash I have left. And then 15 years later from now, they won't have that much more money or any more money in terms of, you know, purchasing power that they have now. And then they'll look at, you know, $100,000 Bitcoin, they'll be like, damn, Bitcoin's 1.2, 1.5, $2.1 million now and per coin. And I could have bought, you know, half a coin at $100,000, you know, and I'd have, you know, at half a coin, I'd have, you know, $750,000 right now.
Right.
You know, but no, I just have, you know, 50,000 or now I have $100,000 in the S&P, you know, and it's like, yeah. You know, like, yeah, like it's like, I think because like the short term, when it doesn't pan out exactly how people want, you know, they then go and it freaks them out about the long-term perspective and then just changes their eye off the ball. But what I kind of noticed recently as well is because a lot of the traditional game is changing. I mean, silver hadn't pumped for so freaking long and now it is, right? Same with gold. Gold had been pretty lazy for a while. Now it's moving and the S&P is still at new all-time highs. Who the hell is going to go in? People who are like, okay, I like to buy silver, I like to buy gold, I like to buy the S&P, I like to buy, you know, safe shit. Which of these people are going to be buying any of these at new all-time highs? Right? They're going to be fine. They're going to be looking for other stuff in this next year, unless you know there's a dip on those. So liquidity is still looking for a home, and crypto is one of those areas that will suck it up. So. Yeah, I just think, you know, the short-term focus, you know, it didn't pan out exactly how it was supposed to. You know, it is kind of the thing that takes most people takes their eye off the ball.
Right. And you should go watch the stream I did with Stylo. I mean, he basically said he loves Pulse Chain. He's only trolling in order to make people sell their coins. That's kind of, I know, I thought that was ridiculous. And like,
I was like, that sounds like what we're in 12th grade.
But I actually kind of believe him because he like, I've met people like this where like, I mean, the part of the strategy is like let's stomp on the grave so I can buy lower. And there's people, that's part of their strategy.
Bro, I could, dude, to me, that's a stupid, I'm not going to say for him specifically. If he wants to do that, go for it, bro. But I'm just saying, like, if I'm thinking about, because I've thought about that too, right? And I'm just like, no.
Because I think there's more productive things where I would like, I mean,
way more productive things. Build something on the goddamn chain. You know,
I love Twitter, but like, I find it like unproductive to tweet out these ridiculous fucking thing. Like I'll do a thread. If like I usually do 1 or 2 threads a year and a little bit of stuff here and there. I give like a reply to stuff, but I find it much more like a good use of my time to do it on camera and like actually because my words can't be taken out of context unless it's like a fucking 60 second
because you don't have any intonation or any you know details. Yeah, and like YouTube is long form, right?
Correct.
And so if anybody doesn't want to listen to the whole explanation, they just want to hear what they want to hear. Well, that's on them, right? Versus, you know, when you're writing something down, it can be easily taken out of context unless you are, you know, very precise. So you be a little bit more free flow when it comes to YouTube.
Yeah. I mean, I would tell Stylo, you know, and I would tell him and stuff like I think it'd be more productive to like, I mean, sure, maybe cut the tweeting down 50% and then just focus on making more money or working out and stuff. He was kind of like the only thing that I just like, I called him out a tiny bit on. I was being nice about it. Was like he was saying that it was kind of like he basically said working out stupid for some, or like it didn't matter to get.
Well, yeah, if you have great metabolism, he might be a certain age. I haven't seen him before. I didn't watch his stream,
chubby. He's a little chubby. He's a little chubby.
Okay, well then he shouldn't be talking shit.
Yeah, that's why I was like, that's one of the things I was like, no, let's stop right, like because I made the perfect example on stream. It was like, and I actually said this on the stream with B Roots. If Richard had come back super in shape, jacked, the chain would be higher because he's a representation of the chain. Even though he tries to this is the one thing I hate about crypto people is they like me and Charlie would never do this shit, but they try to part themselves away. Like if we launch a coin, unless we just said, hey guys, the coin failed, it's dead. We're going to try to revamp into something else. Then we'd say it. Right. But these people don't ever say that. And like that's the one thing I had, I was being like, I have, you like, you ain't going to make this huge fight on this. Like, all right, whatever. It's your body, your choice. Right. At the end of the day. Right. But like, but realistically, if Richard came back super in shape, let's light 6-pack, really in shape. Like he was like, "What's going on, you guys? Hey, I got in shape. I'm following my own advice."
A 2-pack would be fine.
Yeah, and the thing is, he has his book, but he doesn't follow his own advice. A lot of it, and I know that's part of the human condition. Is like, I've been in bodybuilding, and I've been in bodybuilding, and I've been in gym stuff for years. I know what to do.
Yeah,
but you just don't do it sometimes, and it's horrible. It's this horrible thing about like when there's a thing where like you don't know and you don't know, right? He skipped late. Everybody. Yeah, he said working out is cope. No, it's not, bro. It's not. Even Clav's getting shit. And he should get shit. Clav's being super lazy about the gym. It's just like at the end of the day, like there's like people like skinny people. They just do. Like it's all about this, the fucking jawline. Being is like. Okay, all right, I'm already getting a little gaunt right here, but like it's about fucking having the jawline out, and that's what it is because it looks good on camera, right? If you're an on-camera person, you want to be as in shape as you can, not muscle-wise. You want to just, I mean, muscle's good, but like you want to be as like.
Dude, before I forget which game it was. I think it might have been the 49ers and Bears tonight. I can't remember which game. It might have been that or the Eagles and Bills. But Tom Brady, bro, he went to the makeup stylist. He, has been to the gym. You got to give it to him. He was married to a freaking supermodel, right? So he knows all the tricks of the trade. But he's been in the gym. He's been trying to keep up because he's in front of the camera all the time. And then the guy who like is always kind of co-hosting with him or whatever has to keep up with him now. So you can tell they're kind of in this battle.
Oh, it's a battle. Oh, okay.
They're kind of like in this battle of like who's the most fit, who has the best appearance, on camera, then who has the best clothes or whatever. I'm like, well, to be honest, like
it's cool.
Yeah, I mean that's a good competition to be in, right? Like that just like makes people better. But like it's just funny as hell to watch because I'm like as soon as I saw Tom Brady come on camera, I'm like, oh damn, this guy's definitely trying to like look smacks on camera.
There's this. I remember this quote. It was such a simple quote, but it was like, "You know what to do." If you keep saying it, like Miguel, you know what to do. Deep down, you know exactly what to do. You know exactly what you need to do.
WWJD. What would JD Vance do? No.
Oh my god. Victor shit on JV Vance so much. He called him subhuman and shit.
What
the fuck? He's not subhuman, but he's like he is fat. Like he's very bloated from his face. He does have
and the memes don't help.
Yeah, I mean, but I love that he dressed up like it for Halloween. That was pretty cool. Like I'll give him a lot of points for that. Why can't we agree Hexa was a scam? It's still around, bro. It's a lot of cryptos are down a lot. Like, what are you talking about, dude? Mm-hmm. Like it just didn't move as much as this cycle. I mean, like most coins didn't move.
IMX is a scam, bro. IMX.
Yeah. I mean, we can go down. I mean, you could say fucking you look at Uniswap's got all this stuff, all these billions of volume, and it's fucking like the token's useless. It's basically near its all-time lows right now for the cycle. It's like, what are we talking about here? Like, you could go down. GMX used a lot. It's fucking tokens in the gutter as well. I mean, the amount of stuff is down is it's insane. Like you can go down most L1s or L2s. They're fucking down 90, 80% right now from the whatever local high they had this year. If they even pumped, you could have called Zcash a failure until recently. Like literally, if Zcash never ran up like this, it would have been like that. I mean, it's privacy token, but it didn't do shit. Like that's the truth, you know. But yeah, like, you know, the only thing I don't like about like what's being pushed a little bit, like on the looks maxing side a little bit in terms of like the Gen Z guys, the kind of collab guys, is they're kind of just starved maxing. Basically, is like a lot of them are just doing the drug side of it too much and not working out. But I'm not shitting on like retatrutide too much or any of that stuff like that. But like you have to do it with working out. But like I don't know, whatever. I mean, but at the end of the day, it's just about get your weight down, and eventually you get better looking. But then at some point, like the worst shit is being skinny and then ugly. Oh, like there is hope and cope in being a fat. Like when you're fat, like when I was like 280, like my face was rounder than a fucking balloon. I thought I was like, oh, I'm kind of slimming down a little bit, and then I look back, I'm like, Jesus, oh my, bro, oh my god, it's horrible.
I know, bro.
It's horrible, bro. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Absolutely. I literally look like I had a balloon face, like literally like a fucking balloon face like this and shit. And I'm like, oh my god. But that should tell you how you like you know you protect yourself in your mind during the time. It's just that's what it is.
Well, it's things happen so slowly, right? You just get used to it. That's what it is.
Imagine being skinny and chopped. The working out helps because look, wider, broader shoulders. Like today, yesterday I actually learned something for the first time. I thought, usually depending on when you hit puberty, 18 to about 22, 23, you're pretty much done growing. For 99% of people, it's like literally like probably like 22 and you're done. Like it's over, right? I found out today that there's actually one bone in the body that doesn't stop growing until you're about 26 to 25, the clavicle, which is what makes your shoulders broad. Believe it or not, this is the last bone to fuse. Like this bone right here that makes your shoulders, like instead of being like this, it makes them nice and wide. This is the last bone in the human male body that stops growing. It stops around 25 years old. I don't know. It's just it takes a long time for it to fuse because it's a very thick bone. It's basically the part that makes the shoulders really broad. That means if you are doing like that, this is why like if you work a manual labor job or you're working out a lot, you naturally, guys at the gym, I've noticed it, a lot of guys in the gym, I find it really rare somebody that lifts heavy weights when they're young to be narrow shouldered. So literally because you're putting so much strain on your body, you literally are cracking your bones like this. Yeah, look it up. It's crazy. It's like I love learning something new. 25 to 26 years old, this bone stopped growing. No wonder, like that's why I have some broad ass shoulders, is because from 18 to like fucking 29 maybe, I was carrying fucking 100-pound barrels of trash on my fucking shoulder. I literally cracked my bone in half to like wider, basically. But that's what it was. I didn't know that. And like there's actually a type of a deadlift you can do. It's kind of ridiculous. You know, a deadlift, you're usually holding the bar and you go like this, right? There's a type of deadlift where you have to be careful with it, but like where the 45 plates, where the plates are, the 45s, you can grab if it has handlebars, you can deadlift with your arms wide like this. And this, by doing that, it can literally crack down the bones in your shoulders and make your clavicle wider. It only works on if you're under 25, basically. So this is the fucked up shit. Is like this, the best shit you should do is when you don't know it. That's the this is why guys like Clav have learned so much, is because they were born in the middle of, like, we had to learn it by ourselves, and now the internet's figured most of it out for the most part. And fast, right? So it's wider than that. You have to
I kind of figure the next generation's problem is going to be information overload.
Right. Yeah. Or like what path to the one thing I don't like about his generation and the Clav shit, because it's like we're in the red pill and stuff, is it like it's the same shit. They're too defeatist. They give up too quickly. It's like it's more like the cappy. They're essentially, we're the boomers, and then like they're Xers, basically, these like doomer Xers and shit, which is like insane to me, because it's like, well, I'd rather the whole system burn down faster so we can have a revolution, or like let it go to the Democrats. So that way they burn the system down and then we can just rebuild it again. Well, that's kind of stupid. That's kind of defeatist and shit. I think that's kind of dumb. But why? But it's kind of bro sciencey. But it basically, you like your arms would be this wide, and because it forces the weight will force the fucking bone like this. it would work too with like farmers carry. Like I always thought like, oh yeah, I always felt like when I did farmers carries, I felt like the stretch in my shoulders, but like I didn't think it would ever like crack bones. But like Wolf's Law in a way where like you do these micro fractures in the bone, your bone regrows back stronger and longer. So like you would eventually like you go from your clavicle being like this to like you widen it the widest it can go, and then as you're cracking it, it can even get slightly longer. So you could grow 1 extra inch in your shoulder length is like insane. Because I've seen people, I've been in elevators, Charlie knows, I've been in elevators with some people or some crypto influencers, they're like this to me.
Oh yeah, they're like beans.
They're bean. Yeah. Charlie's got wide shoulders. People be fading Charlie, bro. Charlie's got some wide shoulders too.
Yeah, I just need to work out. I'll get there in 26. Don't worry. 2020 or January 2026. These gym bros are making all the money, bro. I love the meme. Yeah. I love the meme where it's like what do you call it? It's like Jim Bros in January or whatever, and it's like it's from Scarface, right? And all the money's going through the money counter or whatever, and they're just like, counting all their money. But I worked out quite a lot in high school because I was playing sports, So what do you call it? Kind of what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
You're just kind of moving around a lot. You don't realize it, but because what you're talking about, right, is kind of like that. Ultimately, if you have a wide top, your middle's going to be skinnier,
yeah,
relatively, right? So you got that V shape, which is more natural for men or whatever. Versus, if you're just like straight, it's like
right.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can show because I don't think people are understanding what like 45. Look at 45 pound plate. Plates. Let me see images.
Yeah, we're sats maxing. That's right.
Okay, so let me click on this one. So what I mean is like almost every gym in America has one of these right here. Look, you see these. I'm not talking about these, right? This is a normal 45-pound plate, right? I actually have these, actually, believe it or not, the deep dish ones. But what I'm talking about is a lot of gyms have these like with handles. So if you're doing a regular barbell bench press, you can hold on to the bars through the handles and deadlift like that. So like you would have a bar set up and you would just hold it from the handle. Instead of holding it on the bar, you would hold it from the handles on the side of the 45s. So you'd lift like this. That's the exercise. So it's a deadlift like that. That's how you do it. That's why you have to start off really light. I've seen guys go up to 2 plates and quarters. That's fucking heavy. You're doing almost 300 plus pounds with on a compromised position, but it does work because it also, like, of course, any military, same thing, because the weight comes down and you rock your fucking shoulders, bro. But that's what I'm talking about. It's the handles. You can do farmers carries, but I think farmers carries you'd have to go very heavy. The one problem about it is it's like if your shoulders are already narrow, it's kind of like you're kind of, it's because you have to do that. You have to pull your shoulders back and be like this in order for they work. But like, because it's so heavy, your arms are going to go more like in, so it can maybe not as work as much. So that's why they do that, is they go really wide, because it puts you in that compromised position that will put that pressure right here. Like, put it in here. Basically, you're becoming a crane, with your arms like this. It is very bro science, but like I'm telling you, the gym bros, bro, they figured it out before everything in terms of health and fitness. The fucking gym dudes figure out first, and the science catches up. It's what it always happens, because we're experimenting with it. The same thing, we're experimenting with all this crypto stuff, and by the time all the normies are here, we've been knowing it forever. We've been doing it for a decade. Like, there's still people how to use a DEX. We've been using it for almost not a decade, but like almost half a decade.
Well,
6
crypto
years.
terms.
In crypto terms, well, I mean, eon.
They're really kids.
But like, look. I'll say the last thing on this whole looks. FY, look, if you guys want some New Year's resolution, lose weight, get in shape. It's harder as you get older. It has been. I've had to put so much time and attention to lose weight. All I had to do is like, all right, Miguel, and when I was 22, 23, I'll stop eating hot Cheetos and I would just lose weight. Fuck, it was like I was just like, all right, one less bag of chips. I used to be addicted to eating chips back in the day. I would just like I usually have like 1 or 2 bags of chips. Fucking horrible, I know. Every fucking day I'd be like, okay, for my cut, I'm just not gonna eat this one bag. And I would drop.
It's like off. Don't have that soda, don't have that Starbucks, don't have that beer. Oopsies.
But now it's like, I've got to be like, all right, I've got to make sure I get my protein in. I got to be careful. I'm watching my carbs now. I'm kind of tracking my calories a little bit. You know, I'm going to work out. I'm adding fucking cardio at the end of every workout. I have to do all this laundry list of horse shit because I'm 30 fucking 4. Where before I just was like, oh, I'll do a little cardio. If I just work out 4 days a week, I'm like, it's just like.
One of my cousins gave me good advice that was like wasted on the youth, right? Or like what do we call it? Yeah. He was like, when I was in my like early 20s, he was like, well, whatever you do in your 20s, like that's like how much you're gonna add in your 30s, right? On your weight or whatever. Meaning it was basically meaning like whatever habits you get used to in your 20s will bleed into your 30s, whether you like it or not. Right. So if you're basically, you know, frat boying it in your 20s and you're drinking beer and partying and all that stuff, right? By the time you get in your 30s, you still have some of those habits, and that will then lead to, you know, gaining a lot more weight, right? Because he was a guy that did a lot of sports and was always pretty fit, but he did get kind of big in his 30s, right? But now he's good after that because he started thinking about it again. But like, what do you call it? I was thinking about that, and then I didn't realize it until my 30s, and I was like, oh, now I know what he means.
That's so true, man. It's like, what is it? The teenage male metabolism is slightly less powerful than a fusion reactor. It's so I just think of all the horse shit I ate and did. I couldn't believe, like, it was so. People say that, you know, usually it's women who tell you this, or my mom. It was like, oh, I remember my mom telling me. I remember my mom telling me that that like, oh my God, I wish I could eat like you and stuff like this or this or this. Is like I remember my mom telling me that all the time, telling me like, oh my God, like I can't believe how much you guys can eat and shit and like be skinny and stuff. It's like, Mom, it's easy.
I just remember like, how that was, you know, especially in high school or whatever. That was great times, bro. I wish I could last forever.
But it's not that bad. You know, like I will say, like the one good thing I did in my 20s is like, well, physical labor job, of course, but like I worked out religiously my entire 20s. I really did. So the one benefit I've gotten is like the muscle memory is real. You can get about 80-90% of your muscle back in like 3-4 months. That's not even a joke. You really could. Now it's the last 10% is hard, but like that's what made my, like on this cut, I haven't had to, like, I've retained a lot of muscle because I've had a bunch of muscle because I fucking banked. Unlike a woman, like you could, if you put something in the bank muscle wise, you keep it for almost ever as a man, you know, as long as you don't fall the fuck off. Right. And, it's made like, that's why like I would imagine if I never worked out in my 20s and I just try to get cut to have a 6-pack, I'd probably have to go to fucking 180 pounds to get like that shredded, where like I might have to only go to like 210. You know, that's insane. Like 30 pounds is actually an insane amount of like different, like Clav or a lot of these guys you see on YouTube that are skinny, bro, they're 160, 6'2", 6'3". Oh, I couldn't imagine, dude. I could fucking manhandle anybody. Like 160, bro. I could manhandle anybody at 6. I mean, I was not a jujitsu guy, but you know, like you could just like fucking toss. I could probably 2-arm a fucking Indian 140. Like toss him like this. Oh,
1 sack of potatoes, 2 sack of potatoes.
Yeah. It's crazy. I mean, but like that's the one shit, like it's still, even now after all my years of like lifting weights, the weight shit fucks with me so much in terms of like how much you have to lose to like look lean.
Yeah, I mean, even like, you know, not being in shape myself right now, right, and everything, like in terms of like when it comes to like going and doing things like short-term lifting and stuff like that, like, you know, having to do outdoor activities or helping people with things or moving shit around or whatever, like strength wise doesn't really change all that much, right? Except for endurance, you know, obviously. But like, yeah, I kind of feel it. Like if I were to, you know, be back in the gym and stuff and really be on it or whatever, yeah, like 3 to 6 months or whatever, you know, probably, gain all that back plus some.
Yeah, I'm not skinny. Like he's like, bro, it's like Paul's like, you think you're lean? You have 20 pounds. I have more than 20. I think I have more than 20 to go. I mean, to look where I want to look. Like 20 is gonna look. The next 20 is gonna be cool. I know the next.
I got about 40 to get to where I want to be. So I got some work ahead of me in 26.
I am 247 right now. 247 pounds.
Nice.
Yeah, 247.
I think that might be the skinniest I think I've seen yet.
No. I think we were.
Well, I mean, in person, I should say.
Oh yeah, probably.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I guess, yeah, true. When we were first starting the Moongang and everything, yeah, you were still working in the field, so.
You're still a slave, Miguel.
Well, I was just out of it, so hey, we were both similar.
But, when I did my work, I loved I truly do sometimes miss it as like but then you remember how stupid it is at the end of the day, like anything. But like I loved what I did, except when you got a bad customer sometimes, then you're like, this is slavery. This is horrible. This is fun. I remember it's like, why the fuck am I doing this shit? This is fucking horrible. And then I have a good customers and I have good time, and then I have good I especially learned this after Grant Cardone, just to fire these bad clients. Oh my God. I was so scared at the time because like, I won't have this money coming in, but it would just make me work harder to find new clients. And I would just find better clients. Like, oh my, like it's so sad to say the stereotype, but it's so true. But some of not the worst clients, but the cheapest clients were always Indian without fail, bro. Like, and they're so nice too. I had some couple really nice Indian ladies, like really nice, but man, dog, it was like the effort it was not worth the squeeze at all. And I find it so funny that now, like, there's tons of like these, and a little racist, but like there's all these contractors on Instagram doing like, hello, friend, like, is 150 you trying to rob me right now? You know, like there's all these like memes about Indian, like it's now become like a thing that like all the blue collar tradesmen are all like on Instagram saying that like Indians are the worst customers ever, and then it's like unanimously, and like I can't even lie and say that my worst customers either. Like they were. I will say some of them, they're really nice, but like they haggle you too much to the point where like, like it's like, so, and the male ones are the worst. Like the women try to haggle you. The men are fucking rude, bro. And like they just like I literally remember some guy telling me, "Are you trying to rob me?" That's crazy. I was like, "What the fuck, rob? Then go find someone else." Like, oh, what the hell? It's insane to me. Like, and then all the contractors saying, "Here's what you do, Miguel. You want to get 150? Say 300." As they haggle you down, then you get the 150.
When I was in recruitment, you know, because I was dealing with people who wanted to communicate internationally, so it was either Japanese people who spoke English and needed to do international jobs, or people who were international and needed to kind of import to Japan, right? So it's like out or in. And there's this one lady, hilarious, bro. When I was like talking to her, she was just like, because she had a follow the sun type job where, you know, they had like 3 different sections of like basically 3 time zones in the world. So it's like,
okay.
This time zone was in their working time. That time area was in their working time. So like 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours. Right. Yeah. And so somebody was awake on either of those, but she had to communicate with everybody in that whole loop. And so she was like, well, Japanese people, I basically tell them, you know, the right time I need a deadline done. Right. And then she's like, in German people, maybe I tell them, you know, like I need it 5 minutes, you know, beforehand or whatever. And Americans, maybe I tell them I need it 15 minutes beforehand or whatever, you know, but Brazilians, I tell them I need it like 3 months beforehand. She was like, Brazilians are the worst. She was like,
really?
Yeah, she was like, of everybody in the world she had to deal with, she was like, Brazil, bro. She was just like, you can't tell them the actual deadline with any like nearness. You just have to like tell them some totally fictitious bullshit story to get them to do shit on time.
Look, there is some truth in share because they're a generalization, except there's obviously exceptions, and also like you just meet there's good people and everything, right? But there is like it's true
but that's a cultural thing. What she was describing was cultural. It wasn't, you know, a stereotype or anything. She was like legit, like, no, if you try to like work with these different cultures with the same timeline, you're not gonna get shit done.
Yeah. Also, of course, you guys have heard of Puerto Rico, but these island nations are like super lazy on like their hours, and I wouldn't say they're lazy doing the work. It's just they're lazy on like when they're working is a huge one.
I have a theory about how far people are from the equator, the harder they work. You know, because like
the colder they harder, or like
if you're further from the equator, you probably you know are more on top of your shit because you had to think a little bit more about it versus. Like literally when I was in the Philippines, bro, like there's every class of person in the Philippines, right? Like there's a lot of poor, whatever, you know, there's rich too and all that. But like I was literally, you know, driving down the street and this is on Cebu Island or whatever. And I see this dude, no shirt, no shoes, just shorts on, right? Walking down the street, clearly homeless, but dude is having the time of his life. Dude was just like walking down the street. All he had to do is like sit in some abandoned rickshaw to like find some shade and then like pull mangoes off the tree. And he got like half of his food for the day. I'm like, bro's living the life. What does he need to try to do some work for? Really, he's got it, right? Like he doesn't really need to do all that much. And the mangoes are absolutely delicious, so like best mangoes in the world, better than you're gonna, you in Japan, you pay fucking $50 for a mango that good, so like, kind of, obviously it's a little bit of a, generalization or exaggeration a little bit to say like, that guy, had it made. Obviously he didn't, but at the same time, you just kind of, if you are in, let's say, Sweden, for example, probably, or St. Petersburg, Russia, right? Probably not going to be able to make it with that lifestyle, so like, yeah.
It's I will say, like, I'll say some stereotype that like about like the Nordic countries in terms of Sweden and Norway and stuff. I don't know if it's because of the lack of vitamin D or something like, but I do find that they go through manic episodes every 2 years. It's a very weird thing.
You know how depressing it is to be in, like right now Minnesota's going through a blizzard. There's like here probably about 3 inches of snow came through today, and it was just like, the sun was out, but you couldn't see it. You can stare directly at it and you're not going to have a problem. And like, you go through that for 9 months of the year, right? It's extremely depressing.
In terms of Brazil, because I the one people, and like, I guess this is the first time I've ever heard that about Brazil. I've never heard that before, but the one people that I've noticed that usually are, this is without fail, is the farmers of any country. They're very on point. If they come from like my family came from like a farming background. We farmed, like, the thing is because you have to set schedule. If you don't have the corn in by this time, you're fucked. Or if you don't get this replowed again to put something else, like put lye or put something else down, it's like you weren't gonna get, like, if you don't put beans in right now or corn, it's messed up, or you destroy it, you got to burn it, like, because it had you on the schedule, or you're gonna miss it. Farmers or families that came from farming were very like regimented, because it's like they wouldn't be able to do their stuff. Where like the cities side, I could totally see that on a lot of those countries. But I bet you there's Puerto Rican farmers that are on their shit.
She was talking about corporate stuff too. White collar.
Americans just don't like to haggle. The rest of the world. No, well, look, I totally. There's a difference between haggling and getting attacked. It's like, it's very demeaning how they speak to you as well. That's the part of it. It's like, it isn't like, all right, look, Charlie, it's $150, man. Is there anything you can help me out with and stuff like this? It's just like it's like if a customer came to me, he's like, I just don't have that much money right now. If I buy the materials and stuff, is there any way you can maybe lower it down, or like something that I could work with? That's different from like are you trying to rob me? This is like, it's very aggro and like very negative connotation versus like, let's work here. Let's say like, all right, this is a big job right here. This is a $3,000 job. Is there any way we can work a little together and stuff? How about this? I'll cut this out right here. We don't do this part of the job. I can lower it down to maybe like 2,300. Okay, good deal. I've done plenty of those kind of things. That's the haggling. There's disrespectful haggling. Well, like, it's like sort of like you're a useless sack of shit and like you're trying to rob. It's very different. Like, it's extremely like demeaning how they do it and stuff. And that's why people get so that's why they're getting so much flack for it, because it's like, once it happens to you, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like this is like, this is my favorite. You'd only get this with old guys who had been around for a long time. It's like, that's how much you're charging, man. I used to pay $30 for that. Like, I'm gonna find someone else for $30, and then they call you 2 weeks later. Could you think? Well, I could do 75 for it, and then you'd be like, you either do it or you're like, nah, I'm not doing it anymore. But like it's horrible. It's not even young generations. Is like, I've just seen like, sure, the young generation, but I've seen, it's most of these the things. If you're in the trades, you are not talking to young people. You're talking to people. The youngest clients were 40 for me. 40. I had a couple 30-year-olds. The 30-year-olds just were cheaper because they just didn't have as much money. I understand that. That's different. My average client was 60 plus. 60 plus, sometimes 50, a couple 40-year-olds with some money and stuff like that. Like no. In trades, you are literally, your entire clients are Xers and boomers. Even right now. Like there is like maybe a rich millennial if you're lucky or something like that, maybe in a big city, but like in like construction, landscaping, irrigation, plumbing work, you are talking to an extra or a boomer. There is no like the young needs communication skill. No, like it is all it is a young person or a person that's 40 talking to it's homeowners. Exactly. It's people who have been established in homes already. That's completely like, no, you're talking to an, like I literally that's why I'm so good at talking to boomers and Xers is because that's all my clients.
What I noticed is anytime I have like, what do you call it? Like there's various, people that you have come help around the house with landscaping or pool cleaning or whatever. Right. There's one or two times where, and I get the sensitivity to it from both sides. Right. But there's been one or two times where like, I didn't know if the person spoke English or not. Right. But I could tell they were a little older and I would go just out to check like, okay, what are they doing or whatever. And just wanted to check basic stuff or whatever. And then just wanted to communicate one or two like unique things about the property or whatever. Right. But then like a young guy, who spoke a lot more English would come and be like, checking to make sure, the white guy is not bullying, the guy who can't speak English, because I think that happens quite often. Yeah. And so like, I get it. Like, I'm like, it's an interesting dynamic though, when you understand that. Like, I think a lot of people who have never worked on that side of it, right, they don't really get those things. And so like, I think kind of both sides, like they're not used to really understanding each other all that much, because a lot of the older white people or older, people who are well off and they haven't been in the trenches for years, right? Like they're going to speak a certain way. And then the other people are going to, there's not as much empathy between the two sides. And so that's where a lot of the miscommunication probably happens.
Yeah. I would say some of the nicest clients I remember was like, I would like religious older black women, sweethearts. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. Great clients. Hey honey, just get this work done here. Thank you. I left the money on the porch. Bye. Okay. That's it. It's really, but it's just important. Like, of course, but religious people usually are pretty straight, are extremely very, straight, Yeah,
awesome. They're a little tight assed. Yeah.
Oh no, not tight. Yeah, tight ass. But it's like if they tell you something, that's what it is. Very like it's like, all right, you do this job, you get this. Love it. Beautiful. That's why I love that. I love working with clients like that. But sometimes like you just have to do a job because you need to do it. That's what it is. Like, you're grinding on the way up and stuff. But
yeah, it pays just to like for both, the client and the, workers. It always pays to just be, personable to each other. And like, as long as people are communicating, respectfully, right, then usually it always works out just fine. But yeah, oftentimes there's a lot of people who think their shit don't stink, and
that's absolutely true. Yeah, but millennials are climbing up. Like I think millennials become like most of the economy in 2029, 2028, and supposedly we peak out like in 2035, give or take. And I think
the generational singularity comes when what do you call it? Millennials get out of touch.
What are you talking about? I already don't know the days of the week.
Well, that's a different story. That's a different type of out of touch. That's the best type of out of touch.
I love that shit. It's like, I was like, what day of the week is it?
Yeah.
Today's Sunday? I didn't even know that. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
Well, I knew I had to do Moongang today, so it must be Sunday. That's the only way I know.
See, we're not doing Moongang, you guys. Like, time is gonna fucking go erratic. What's going on, you guys? Yeah, today's Monday. Charlie, today's Friday. No, it's Monday. What are you talking about? But yeah, man, this like all these stories are basically to explain. And if you just you look at the whole like timeline of what we just did right now, it's just kind of it's like crypto is a game of attrition. It's one of the oldest sayings we've been saying for a long time on our channels and in the crypto mindset courses. You just have to survive through it. Like things aren't that bad right now. They're just not. Like it isn't like if we were right now free falling right now to 60K or 50K, then yeah, it's over. It's over. But then what would you do? You just sit back, watch it burn for a second, and then you fucking jump back in, and then that's where you make the money, because you make the money when it's red. when it's all over. And like the thing is, right, we're just, I am seeing a lot of bottom indicators right now. There's a lot of capitulation. There's big traders that won't shut. Like there's big accounts. They're not even talking crypto. They're talking about silver and gold. There's nothing wrong talking about silver and gold, but they're actively trading silver and gold when that's not their market. That's my favorite one. When I see crypto people doing markets that they don't do. Like I would only, as a crypto person, I would only touch crypto related stocks because I have some informational advantage there. Because I know maybe the macro of where the market's going. TradFi usually doesn't really know it very well. So they're like, this shit's fucked. Crypto's even more fucked. This thing's going to go to zero. There's a big mixed pricing there. Like, let's say Gemini. Gemini goes from $1 billion to 200 million. And the bottom's in. Damn, this thing might go to $3-4 billion in market cap really quickly. I might make a 30x on this. Holy shit. Or a 20x or 10x. Then you buy it there and you hold it. And it's like, well, is the company's fundamentals good? They still have cash on hand. They're still getting some employee. The debt side of the service like is doing okay. Okay. And then Bitcoin goes back up to 100 grand. Now the Gemini is now worth about 1.3, 1.5 billion now. Holy shit. You bought it at 200 million. I'm doing really good now. Holy crap, this is great because you have that that's what I'm talking about, playing games, like we know crypto really well and you know more or less like, hey, we're close to the bottom. The bleeding's going to stop and then it's going to go up and these things move, like Bitcoin goes like this and these companies go like that. Just like the altcoins, like Bitcoin eventually goes up and then these coins rocket back to life. And these companies have fundamentals because when crypto goes up, volume on exchanges goes up, revenue explodes. So every marker just is like incredible. They literally will beat earnings every quarter because it's like crypto keeps going higher because the interest is going higher. The search volumes are going higher. And guess what? Revenue, profit. And the stock just goes ballistic and then it gets a premium basically because then it's PE should only be 15 times earnings. Why is it trading at 40 times earnings? What the fuck? And then like, all right, time to shave some off into real Satoshis now or into cash, But yeah,
absolutely.
Stupid. That's so stupid. RH posted ETH to gold and it's ETH to silver. I can't relate because I love it. Yeah. I mean, like Doge. I mean, yeah. If we continue up, like, kind of like, all right. If we were to give you like a really worst case scenario, like a moderate worst case scenario, we like let's just say that 126 is the top. Let's just say that. That's horrible, but like 126 is the top. I've never seen a cycle, and nor has it happened where like the top happens and there isn't like an echo pump to get close back. Like it'd be like a worst case would be like 108, and then it goes down, right?
Yeah.
But normally it would be probably like somewhere in the teens, in the 100, like 113, 118, or like it hits really close to 120 or like 120, it like right there, and then it wrecked. So that gives an opportunity where like you'd be able to like some of these coins can make some reversals. You'll take some this is when you decide, let me divest out of this. I'll leave 20-30% of the coin. I'll put this in cash. And if we start breaking out, then you can get back in position. And then it's better to be doing that than because if it starts really crashing down, at least you made back a lot of losses. And then now you're sitting in a prettier position for when it really crashes. Then you can buy back Ethereum and Bitcoin. Yeah. And this time, a lot of you guys are going to go heavier Bitcoin, Ethereum, I imagine, which probably is like the thing we've been saying this whole cycle is to be like 30 to 50% Bitcoin, Ethereum. It's been in all our model portfolios since the beginning is to be heavier Bitcoin, Ethereum. You could be all Bitcoin, all Ethereum. I usually like a hybrid personally, but like I totally get somebody if they just want to be Bitcoin. But like there like this is something that happened during like maybe late 23, where Bitcoin finally crossed above $52,000. Me and Charlie were talking about it a lot. Is that like I hate to say this in crypto because it's really hard. It's like fair value. Like Bitcoin hit like a fair value. Like it's like is my dollar going to make me more money buying Bitcoin at above 52,000 versus investing into other higher risk assets down the ring? It's like you have to look at if you have $1, is it worth putting the 50 cents back into Bitcoin or putting it into the alts or putting it into Ethereum? And that was the decision a lot of people had made. And at the time I did Ethereum and it did pretty good. It still made money, but like this cycle just ended up, Bitcoin just did a little better. But like, if you look at it at 52, it only just slightly doubled. Where like Ethereum was like still trading at low thousands and it went to 3,000 on. So it actually slightly overperformed Bitcoin in terms of that multiple, but just slightly. If in terms of the multiple, but normally Ethereum would have gone up higher and that dollar would have made more money. But it doesn't matter because you were buying two good assets no matter what.
Yeah. And I think on the bounce back you're talking about there, in terms of where it comes back up to somewhere, the 4 moving averages to watch for people are the on the weekly, I'd say the 50 week and the 20 week moving average. Watch those two. And then on the daily, the 111 and the 200-day moving average. Those 4 moving averages, Bitcoin that's the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Bitcoin should at least tap at some point here in the first quarter of 2026. So if we go and touch the bottom of any of those 4 moving averages or all of them, because they're all very similar in price right now, and let's say, for example, Bitcoin can't reach past 103,000, then yeah, that's a sign, right? But if we get up there, let's say at the end of January, and then in early February you start getting that area of support, kind of like Miguel said, then yeah, you go into those teens area at least, and that's a lot better of an exit position than where we're at right now in crypto for sure too. So the people who kind of freak out and sell early, or who just sell based on emotion, right? They tend to they're the people who buy tops and sell lows to some extent.
Oh wow, I didn't know this. Kanye West and Andrew Tate are doing a stream right now. Or going to do a stream. Oh, that's going to
be... Is Nick Fuentes going to be involved by any chance?
Bro, that stream would do numbers, bro. Oh my God. Nick Fuentes, Alex Jones, Top G, and Kanye West. Oh my, the fucking internet would melt, bro.
And throw Diddy in there just for fun.
Oh my God, dude. Could you fucking imagine this, bro? Joe Rogan for fun, just to make it go really viral. But like, you imagine Rogan. Oh my God. Can you imagine fucking Rogan, Top G? And, oh my God, bro. Nick Fuentes, Alex Jones, and Kanye West, dude. Fucking throw Myron in there. Oh
where are
God.
they in some sort of like Romanian warehouse or something? Like
it looks like it. Those 6 people, that would be the craziest stream. Like that was like, I don't know, how would you, I don't think you could top it. How could you possibly top that? Like it couldn't be topped. Like, oh my God.
In terms of virality, yeah.
You have Kanye and Myron dressing up as fucking the fucking Black Ku Klux Klan shit.
The memes write themselves.
I know, they definitely do, bro. The anti-Semite Avengers stream. Oh man.
Jesus Christ.
That would be funny. Yeah. But like, one thing I'll tell you is, a little secret. Whatever Kanye's ranting about, he's always about 2 years early. Literally, whatever because he started doing all this Jew shit, and people are like, "What the fuck?" And I'm not talking about the song he came out. When he first started going crazy. Now, look at all the internet. Look at everybody else. I've always noticed when he starts a trend or is really early, and then he's actually like we're someone like Alex Jones is like really early. He's like beyond early, basically.
And the funny thing is like people who are early don't get credit. Not that they don't get credit for it. It's just that most people don't care.
Yeah.
Until it's obvious.
Yeah, like Alex Jones has just been so right for so long that it's like you cannot just you have to give him some flat. Like he's been so right about the remember chemtrails? That's some now they openly admit, yeah, we actually do that, and we changed the weather patterns, and like Saudi Arabia pays for fucking rain. Okay, let's stop talking about it now. What?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, pissed on the Grammy. Yeah, exactly. But anyway, it's it's crazy and stuff like that. But there's one thing I wanted to say. I just fucking forgot the crypto thing I was going to say.
Sell it all. It's all over. Going to zero. Peter Schiff was right.
Yeah. Ken Rose with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate you, bro. Ken Rose again. Hey, what's going on? Que pasa Moongang? As of now, do you guys think ETH could still run this cycle?
Yeah. Well, I mean, where is ETH right now? ETH is at $3,040, right under resistance. Perfect. Bitcoin, 90,000, right under resistance. Perfect. Bitcoin can get past that $105,000 mark we're talking about a little bit, right? Then Ethereum could probably go and then retest previous all-time highs, 4,500 or so, right? Then all you really need is Bitcoin to get to that 130, 140 area, and then Ethereum finally gets past 5,000. And you just need that to sustain for about 2 to 3 months for it to get much of anywhere. And then, we'll see what happens there. But yeah, I mean, a lot of things need to go right for crypto here in the first quarter. But one of the things that I did lay out, and I'll lay it out in more detail on my channel once we get into the new year, because I kind of thinking I might not have a stream until the 2026. I mean, might have to not have a stream until next year. I know it's only 3 days away, but it sounds more dramatic when I say it like that.
I'm not streaming this entire year.
I'm not streaming this entire year anymore. I'll see you guys next year. Dun dun dun. But
Men's.
Pretty much. But no, when I get in there, I'll go into detail on all this stuff and everything. But one thing I have been saying is going into Christmas and then just post Christmas, going into the early part of next week, if we have been holding up that 85K range and we start to break 90, 91, 92, 94, 95, right? We start to go in that area, then that'll tell us we're in a nice excuse me, this beer is getting me. But what I would say is that brings us into a nice right translated 60-day cycle. If we can just get above $95,000, and then that makes the downside much healthier in terms of then if we go into early February testing a low, we're going to be testing a much higher low, and then you got a good chance for pump into end of February, March period. So yeah, we'll see how it pans out, but so far things are looking decent going into the new year. I mean, we could be dumping into oblivion and we're not, so that's a plus. Half glass full type Moongang.
Yeah, you have to be in crypto, man. That's the big, I would say, generationally, like every generation has their troubles. You grow your 20s are always like, you're always going to say, man, those older people are lame and this whatever's happening, because it's like you have no control. You're 18 to 20, you have no control in the world. You're just you're just like plop whatever the conditions are of your early like adulthood. You have no control. You just have to play the game, or you have to like circumnavigate in that place, right? And that is the unfairness of the game, is that you jump in the game where you jump in the game. There's that's it. That's the only thing you can do about it, right? Like we jumped in the game during like the worst house, like a real house, like that, the shit that everyone cries and dooms about, like the whole financial system literally almost collapsed actually. And it was so bad that Bitcoin was created because they were so pissed off of the horse shit they did. But we survived it. It was terrible. And there's this good thing is that when you're young, you don't know how broke you are, and you don't know how like you don't need much when you're 18 or 19 or 20 or 21. Really, you think I didn't want a car? You think I didn't want some nice things and stuff, or like, but like I just like fuck. You just put your head down and work and stuff. Everyone's broke around. Like literally, the richest person I kind of knew was like he maybe had a BMW and his parents helped him get it. Like, what are we talking? It's like, but he didn't have that much money. He wasn't like, we'd save all year to be able to go to a concert or something, or go to EDC, or not even EDC, was Coachella back then. He wasn't. I don't even think EDC was around. And there's the same thing now. Like, you grow, you come at the Zoomers coming out of school now. Like they're like, at least they have the internet. Like the internet was, I mean, literally being an influencer wasn't even a fucking
dude,
thing, bro.
Technically speaking, right now, anybody who is going into their prime, let's say, between the ages of 20 to 24 right now, they have, technically speaking, I know mentally it's a different thing, but technically speaking, they have the most opportunity sitting right at their feet than any generation in human freaking history, bro. Like, I could probably argue this all day, every day if anybody wanted to say otherwise, but I mean, they have the most powerful AI right in front of them. They have like so much history to learn from right behind them. They have, the beginning of a new age, which is not the industrial age, it's the information age, it's the digital age, right? They have the ability now, technically, with fiat currency, to have infinite money floating on the internet that they can catch, right? They just have to figure out how to catch it. And so it's like, there has been no better time to be a human being than there is right now, you have the easiest opportunity to catch, tons of fish this century. Will you do it? Right? If you are learning about AI, if you're learning about crypto, if you're learning about anything that's kind of on the frontier here of, building technology in this century, bro, like the world is our oyster. Yeah, we might not all be as capable as, Leonardo da Vinci and all that jazz or whatever, right? But yeah, it doesn't take that much, as long as people are focused and persistent and consistent, like things are good. So I say that for crypto, I say that for AI, I say that for a lot of different technology, but it's kind of one of those things where it's like, well, yeah, we're going to find something else to complain about. But, don't get so wrapped up in politics, I would say, just detach a little bit emotionally from the rest of the world and just focus on yourself and really build whatever it is. And as long as you've given your best effort during these times, great, because we know a lot of old people who, lament, I didn't take advantage of, the internet coming out in the 90s. I didn't take advantage of cryptocurrency coming out in the 2010s. I didn't take advantage of whatever new technology, right? And then they say that, I'm too old to take advantage of AI, or I'm too old to take advantage of whatever, it's just like, man, like all the opportunities are coming around the corner here in 2026, and people are just so butthurt from what has been that they're not going to try to change, what is coming. So I don't know. If you're half glass empty, you're always going to be a fucking butthurt and whatever, great, go live in the trailer park and just, stew over there, whatever. But, if you're wanting to improve yourself in 2026, the opportunities are endless. The opportunities are massively here for everybody in all these different industries. It's just a matter of, taking the bull by the horns and being consistent with it long term. So, don't be the part of the Moongang who gets washed out here and never comes back, because there are certain people who, in crypto is an extreme industry. That's why, a lot of companies tend not to make it long term, because they can't take that crazy volatility. It is what it is, but if you can take it and you can understand it and you can, move forward with it and just be like, it's kind of like baseball or whatever sport. It's just like that next inning, that next chance, that next opportunity, everything can change. But we're down but not out, and you keep on keeping on, like Joe Dirt says, and eventually you'll make it. So
yeah, just keep on working, man. Yeah, and the cool benefit you guys have now is, like, it was a huge stigma to not go to college. If you're like, if you want to go to, if you want a certain type of job, you have to go to college, right? But like, nothing's wrong with going to college too. Like, if you don't know what to do with your life, getting an education, no matter what, is good. It's just like probably in-state college. Just don't try to go out of state. That's what
you just don't go so far in debt that it's gonna
detriment,
just hamper you. Like, if you got a scholarship, right, and you don't have to pay shit for college, bro, go and fucking just abuse that. Like, go and just take every class you can. If you can't afford college and you don't want to go in there, you have a trade, go take Harvard night classes for free, right? Anybody can go to Harvard now for free because a lot of their curriculum is online, but most people are like, well, I don't have the drive to be a self-starter. Well, yeah, that's probably most people, until they have something really in front of them that's like a carrot or a stick, they're not really going to do it. But literally anybody can go and get a Harvard education right now. You're just not going to get the credit for doing it unless you actually get admitted.
Right.
but with that knowledge, you can probably do something, right?
You can do a whole, you can come to Minnesota. They're giving money away.
Exactly. Go start a daycare. What was I doing the last 3 years, man? I should have been over here starting daycares left and right.
Can you imagine you actually made a lot of your money in your 20s and 30s, Charlie, because you had like 5 daycares? What's going on? Hey, I can tell you right now, there's actually kids in the daycares. Okay, my daycares are real.
Well, before I went to Japan, right, I had been tutoring a few Somalis in English, right? Getting if I just would have stuck that to that course instead of going to Japan, bro, I'd be like, I'd be a billionaire now.
Who's that guy who's like, he was like the first infomercial guy to be like, to show you, like, let me show you how to get rich. What was his name? Johnny.
I don't know. Are you talking about the ShamWow guy or?
No. This is like an OG commercial, like 80s, 70s. He's on a boat with a yacht. Like he is like the original guy that like ever. He's like, let me show you how to get rich. Before I was sitting on the curb, life was shit. Now look at me. I got women. I got a giant house. He's on a yacht and shit. This is the first person to ever do it. Like first guy ever really to do it. And he's like, how'd you get rich? I showed Somalis how to scam in English, bro. I mean, it's just like it's the easiest. No, but all jokes aside, but like the coolest thing now is that you guys have the internet, and it doesn't matter what age. From like if you're a fucking Gen Z, millennial, fucking Zoomer or Gen Alpha, is like, damn, you guys have so much opportunity right now with the internet. Like it's all there. It's just learning and getting it. But let's just say you don't. That's like I'm not that good at tech. You're gonna have to get good. If you're good enough to use your phone, you're good at tech. Like one of the things I tell guys all the time, and I tell guys, especially like I have some of my cousins, is like I tell them just watch as much YouTube videos as you can, or like I know now I think Rumble's now getting popular enough where like maybe they shouldn't be watching that shit, but like for Rumble and stuff like that. He's like, don't watch these streamers, like the streamers who are just streaming for you're just laughing about it is super stupid. Go watch streamers to learn stuff.
Yeah.
Don't watch I mean this like I like Kai Cenat, probably Aiden Ross, and most of these guys, like you shouldn't watch any of them, really. Not because like I mean, sure, it's funny. Like if you watch it once in a while for fun, it's brain rot. But there's nothing good in it at all. Like at all. Like you don't learn anything good. Is it Johnny Woo? Yeah. Go watch streamers. Go like look at bodybuilding people. Like whatever you're interested in, it's all there, bro. Like I caught it like in my early 20s, thank God, but it was still really immature at the time. It was very not structured. Today, the videos are so good. The quality of video today is so incredible. Like oh my God, like there's so many incredible channels on YouTube and everywhere. My God, like the amount of stuff you can learn. Like
I mean,
crazy.
that guy who did expose the Somali stuff in Minnesota recently on Twitter and everything, just some fucking dude with a camera and like a drive to do something and change shit. Like that he's running laps around the traditional media because there's not real journalists anymore. They're all paid and bought, 10 times over. So like hell, that guy's proven as well that you can just change the perspective of the world, by actually doing an honest day's living or just doing actual, productive, interesting work. So, I mean, yeah, there's lots of opportunities out there. I even saw the other day, there's a guy who made like $30,000 a month just selling a Bible that was pink. He was like, you know what? There's really not enough Bibles out here that are marketed towards make a Bible that's pink. And the dude's making $30K a month. I'm like, brah.
I actually bought this because I bought it. I bought a Bible. Not even joking around. I bought an Action Bible. I bought a Bible that was drawn as like a comic book. It's like the whole story, except it's like Jesus is kind of jacked a little bit in the story. Nice. And he's got alpha, but it's like it's like the whole book of the Bible. It's like this big. It's really fucking cool. And they sell all kinds of shit. Anything you could think of that's kind of like I would love that. Like who's crazy enough to buy it? We are that crazy. Like only a fucking crazy person would buy it. Oh fuck, there's a lot of crazies in the world. That's a lot of people. Everything, man. It's insane the amount of stuff that you could buy. Like I mean, let me look. What do I have around here that's ridiculous? Like I literally bought now. Okay, this is going with the brand. I have Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
About anything. You can probably go with about anything in that room.
Yeah, I mean, I've got Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and shit. I've got the literally suits of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I got every color right on my floor right now. I'm not even joking around. I've got like sealed Power Ranger suits.
I bet you bought Pink Ranger too, didn't you, Miguel?
No, I have it. It's in the closet. No, 100% I do. I literally have all the colors. I got the white Power Ranger, the fucking green Power Ranger. I got all of them. Like this is stupid shit. As a matter of
he's gonna change.
Oh my God, I don't know. I could fit in this, but it's gonna hurt my head. But I was gonna wear this for Halloween. I got.
Oh.
Yeah. I got Moonman mask. I've got the shit I have here is insane. You can buy anything. You can sell anything, bro. Oh my God, what else do I have in here? Oh my God.
Paulo says, or Polo Destino says he's slim enough to fit in the pink suit now.
The goal was to fit in the yellow one. I have this book I bought right here. This is literally a book. It's a book of like how to, like, if society fucking collapsed, how can you restart everything? Like, how do you make it's like, it literally shows you how to make a fire, like how to do crop rotation with pictures and stuff. It's like
does it tell you everything you need to know about the Stone and Bronze Age?
Yes, it does. It also shows you how do the plants look for spices if you were to remake spices. It looks ridiculous, right? But I'm telling you, people buy this shit. I buy this shit because it's just cool. Like right, literally in this part right here, because it's not you. It literally shows you how to make a vibrator. I'm not even joking around. Like, I'm not even fucking. It literally shows you, and I have to censored 18 years old. Doctor. They literally said they got the idea from that anime Dr. Stone. Like, what if the world restarted? What would we do? And shit. It literally.
Well, yeah, priorities.
Yeah, priorities. And I shouldn't show it online, but that's what I'm saying is, like, you could sell if you think of something cool and you put some time and effort into it. People buy products. They really do.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah. Is it show to cultivate Latinas? Well, sir, I mean, I'm making the book now. Like, what are you talking about? The thing is how to cultivate like goth Latinos. But here's the problem with a lot of goths. A lot of them are filthy fucking animals, bro. And not in the good way. They're fucking slobs, man. If you've ever been around a girl, bro, if you really been around girls, bro, girls leave hair everywhere. It is oh my god. You don't think it'll annoy you, but after a while, you're like, there's fucking hair everywhere. What the fuck? How do you have hair on your head? How is it fucking possible? How, like, you start finding hair on your clothes. Like, how? That's why I started dry cleaning most of my shit, because I was like,
it's like a freaking dog. Yeah.
I digress. Remember who buys those stupid Pokemon cards in the late 90s? Right. Now that's something like whatever's hot, whatever's hot is a zoomer. Here's a way to get rich. Get rich slow, but it get rich for sure. You buy stuff that's hyped up right now that it's better stuff something launches and that's hot. So, like, as an example, like when Pokemon came out, that was the biggest thing in the world. Everyone was talking about it, right? If you have an original box, like an original like 60 card box or whatever, like 60 pack box or whatever, they're worth like 130,000 sealed. Like an entire, if you have a booster box of whatever the 32 packs or 60 packs, I forgot how much it is, they're worth $100,000. They were worth brand new $200, $180 back in the day. It's now $110,000. You have a first edition Charizard PSA 10, they're worth $300,000 to like $1 million. Just that one card. I remember you
telling me is all in on Labubu's.
Yeah, well, here's the problem with those things is like the girls like
more like Beanie Babies, yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, like, the problem with the Beanie Babies is girls only like them. Girls don't spend money on shit. That's the problem. The problem is the things are worth the most.
Supply is fake.
Yeah, the supply is fake too. Yeah, like there's probably is like a really rare Labubu at some point that like people really do want, maybe in 20, 30 years, but it's not gonna be. It's gonna be like a few $1,000. Like, it's like, who cares, right? But look at what guys want. Guys, like, the reason right now that the classic car market's collapsing is because the boomers are getting rid of their cars because they're dying off. They can't, so like the classic car market's topped and it's dying. It's gone. It's going to die off, and like, I don't know, like, let's right now, every black person, I mean, I can tell you, I'm driving the dream black car of every person in America outside of a Rolls Royce is they want a Hellcat, right? And the thing is, black people and fucking all the crazy people who drive Hellcats, they ruin the engines and they destroy them. Or they get impounded, or they get stolen, chopped away. I bet you there's less than 100,000 Hellcats in total production since they were created, and there's probably like 40,000 that are going to be completely destroyed in the next 5-10 years. And so there probably is going to be, like, in 30 years, there's probably going to be less than 8,000 of them. Probably, they're probably going to be worth some big money. Because what'll happen is the black kid today that wanted it, and I keep saying black kid, but like, anyone who really wanted that car, but I'm just saying the dream for the black kid, right? Is like, man, I always wanted a Hellcat when I was in my 20s. I wanted to whip around in that Hellcat. They're gonna go buy that Hellcat because it's gonna be like, that's the car I wanted when I was 25. And now I got it. That's what's gonna happen. It's just playing the long game on it. And it's really expensive too. Like, the cars aren't cheap. They're 120 if you're lucky. Well, they don't make them anymore, but like, I think they said they're going to make some more in like 2 years or whatever. But like, Just look for stuff that you like, stuff that you really wanted. You're gonna rebuy your childhood back because you have the money to do it. You know.
Mm-hmm. Damn, that Ricky question is a little loaded. He says, "What's a better sales job, car insurance or selling cars?" I've been trying to find a sales job, dude. It doesn't for sales. For sales, it doesn't matter. Just do it, right?
Yeah.
To begin with, right, and then get more picky later. But all I'll say is like the scam within insurance companies is so crazy. Like, it can get like, I would say if you go past your morals too much, right, it gets a little very depressing, to be honest. So like, you got like with sales, the hardest thing is finding the gray line and straddling that, because when it comes to sales, like you gotta do some things, you know. You gotta, like when I was cold calling, right, like it's like, damn, I'm actually stealing people from one company and sending them to another, you know, like, is this evil or what is this, you know?
Right.
Or like, you know, you're really kind of you're opening Pandora's box and you're kind of moving around with people's lives a bit. So, you know, but at the end of the day, I kind of would put like with any sales job, I just put myself in the position of the customer. And if it doesn't make sense on any level, just don't do it. If it's like, oh, I would, you know, partake or purchase, I would find the service useful at some level, right? Then okay, go do it, you know. But
it's this shit.
Yeah.
The guy's like, once you make the sale, it's the guy who gets him to get all the extra stuff on the car, or I want to get it's the finance guys in the back of the fucking car industry that are shady as fuck, bro. They promise.
They're all fucking shady at the end of the day. But when it comes to cars, like, it just is what it is. But no, I mean, because like, and it's also the sales style, right? Like if it's overly aggressive because they like your manager pressures you and stuff like that, like, not cool. But no, you just need to get with sales. You just need to get some experience to just get moving. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. Just pick one and go.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, definitely. It's just going to be slow because, I mean, look at the economy right now. Cars are doing bad right now because consumers don't have money. So like, car sales are down bad right now. And then the used car market that was really high is crashing as well. And so some people might make the decision to buy a used car. Like right now, you've got to be retarded to buy a fucking electric car brand new. You hate money more than crypto. I mean, my God, like if you there's at least a chance your money can double or triple or 10x in crypto. There is no chance you make any money on an electric car. Like always buy used on electric car. Like because the car, like literally, like some of those electric cars like crash 70-50% after a year, basically. But before we head out, I just wanted to show one of the original people, the real salesman, the original salesperson. This is the original right here, where everybody learned how to where everyone learned how to do infomercials and fucking sales scams courses and crap. This is the original version right here, bro. Let me play this.
People in America are wealthy.
You deserve to be broke. Vietnamese boat people.
Filthy rich. Is the next millionaire going to be you? I started with nothing, and I found a way to make a fortune in real estate. I've been showing thousands of people across America how to do this. There's always people making a lot of money in hard time. Are you going to be one of those few people like me? I enjoy showing the serious, hard-working people in America, the one who doesn't mind to pay the price of success, the secret to be wealthy.
Tony, you found 4 property in the same day. And how come there's people say they cannot find good deal? What do you say to those people?
Well, it's simple. They're just too lazy. They don't want to find. Because if anybody wants to find property, they'll find them. I guarantee that. Comment and send them to me. Come and talk to me. I saw all kinds of properties.
Filthy rich.
Tambu seminar work for me because I work hard at it. And if you home, you don't think it'll work for you because you're lazy. You don't want it to work for you.
Oh, of course.
A lot of people are skeptical and say, well, this guy maybe made up some stuff like this.
Oh, of course.
A lot of people are skeptical and say, well, this guy maybe made up some stuff like this.
Oh, of course.
A lot of people are skeptical and say, well, this guy maybe made up some stuff like this.
Oh, of course.
A lot of people are skeptical and say, well,
And
this guy
this 80s fucking editing is horrible. My God.
Yeah, I was like, bruh.
But he was the first infomercial guy ever to really do it, to let me make you rich. Let me make you rich with the, like showing shit like this. Like, look at me. I was a loser like you. And look at me now. I've got bitches on boats. Like 30 years experience and shit. And let me see. Let's see, where is it? Oh my god, bro, this shit right here.
Vietnamese boat people.
Most people don't have self-esteem. They don't believe that they can make a lot of money.
Vietnamese boat people.
My friend, you can do anything if you put your mind to it.
My friends, all you have to do is go attend this 90-minute free seminar.
Fucking 90-minute goddamn seminars. Look at some of your goddamn timeshare.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ. But you know, you have to admit, but like in Scammer, bro, he's like, my god, he revolutionized the space, bro. My lord. I mean, because like, even to this day, everyone still does the same shit. Like it still follows the kind of basic formula a little bit, you know.
You know what's hilarious? You know what's hilarious about recruitment? Because like somebody's like, oh yeah, it's 30 years experience, right? Like in recruitment, they're like, if you have like 1 or 2 years experience, just say I have less than 5 years experience. You don't specify how many of the years less than 5.
Yeah.
But like you're 6
Am
months
I
into
lying?
This. You're 6 months into this. What do you want to say? I have less than 5 years experience.
We're in Boiler Room. Was it Boiler Room where they're like
Boiler Room? Like, yeah, Boiler Room.
Where like Ben Diesel says like he's like, my name is this. My father owns the company. Like he said some shit where like basically like he was like well yeah, it's like, well, this is my father's company and stuff. Like, he's like, well, if you don't want to buy, then he opens up the thing. Go make noise.
Yeah. He's like on the phone. He's just like, you hear this? Everybody, come on.
I don't got all day to be on the phone with some Yahoo and stuff. I'm only for serious fucking buyers right now.
Hey, I don't mind digging around some doctors.
Yeah, and they said the reason it worked is because, I mean, we still had Middle America at this time, and we still had people in the Midwest, and we still had a lot of people everywhere. Like it was like nobody important would ever call you. So it's sort of like, in a way, like imagine like some big influencer like DM'd you and was like, hey, bro, you know, I'm a big, let me like. Do you want to be on a streamer? It's like it would be something like that, where like, whoa, this fucking 1 million subscriber YouTube channel hit me up, dude. Like, and then you would fall for some horse shit, you know? Yeah. Always be closing. That's right. But do you have any final words for people, Charlie, for like the end of year recap?
ABC, always be closing. No.
That's right. Coffee for closers, Charlie. Coffee for closers.
What's the best way to put this? One Bitcoin is one Bitcoin, baby. Cultivate that shit. Well, you still fucking can. I mean, I think this is going to be my refrain in 2026 is just get as much Bitcoin, Ethereum while you still can, because as John McAfee said, when Bitcoin hits 100,000, it's definitely going to hit 1 million.
Yeah.
And are we at 1 million yet? No. Are we still under 100,000? Yes. Is that a generational opportunity? Absolutely. Keep cultivating that shit, baby. Stack those sats.
And I'll just second what Charlie said, man. It's like they're printing $40 billion a month. They're doing overnight repo. They are pumping so much money into the market. Over the next 2 years, interest rates are going to go down. There's going to be a refinance boom. What do you think that's going to do to the dollar? What do you think it's going to do to every fiat currency? They're literally pumping the market to keep the stock market from collapsing. I was literally telling this to my mom. The only reason shit hasn't, because my mom's noticed too. My mom's like, I was talking to my mom about this. We watched Avatar and we were talking on the car. And then what we were talking about was like, yeah, things are pretty difficult for a lot of people right now. Like she was asking me, what do you think is going on? And I told her, well, like right now what's going on is that the real estate market's doing bad. The real estate market's doing bad. The physical world's doing bad. Like, prices are really high. Inflation's out of control. The only thing holding the whole entire market up is the stock market right now. I told my mom the crypto's kind of sideways right now. It's not bad, but it's just sideways right now. And they have to keep the stock market from crashing. So they're pumping the market up to keep it high because right now, if people didn't have the stock market to have any wealth effect, oh my God, I couldn't even imagine, you know, that'd be bad. That'd be really bad. And it's coming too. Like, you know, I'm not, you know, I've said for a long time, we're in the roaring 20s. We're kind of rhyming a little bit. There was a weird top in 27 and then 29. Who knows? I don't know. I just have I have a gut feeling about that. It's just a weird little, because if you go look at like the stock market run and stuff like that, was there's this huge run up that happened in 27. It crashed back down and they were able to because I think what happened was the bucket shops were able to lend you 5x leverage. So like as the decade went on, they allowed you to take out 2x, 3x, 4x, then 5x. That 5x was they basically couldn't lend you any more money at that point, and then topped to 29, and it was over. So crazy, man. So it's like stack that money right now because like Bitcoin's gonna go high, man. So boom. And for that, thank you guys for joining us, man. Join the Citadel, you guys. We'll be in there really soon. My next stream will be on Tuesday the 30th, and I will have a stream on Wednesday on New Year's. So,
Yep. I might be jumping on that. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. And until if not, then we'll see you next year, bitches. No.